Okay, so we're a little early today, but I've been up super early, and my son was ready for breakfast early. I know me. That's why I don't do good in the corporate world. Timing. I be on my own stream of divine timing. So I won't even say it's always God's time. We'll say dark and divine time. My shadow be like, I can't. It's not time. I need a minute. Will the world really end if I'm late? So I want to stick to a time, but it's just not happening. I'm going to try to stop trying to force it because it's not happening. But yeah, sometime between 10 and 12. This is good for me though. I really like it, as far as not like starting my day, but once I get my day started, this is a good way to get anything that is excess out of the way so that the day can go smoothly. So I like that. And my intention for this reading is for our weeks to go smoothly. So it's just a general, but anything that needs to be um, looked at, anything that needs to get pushed out of the way, anything that needs to get cleared up, or whatever spirit, feels needs to come out, that's what we're going to talk about in today's reading. General messages. General messages. So I'm waiting on my coffee, waiting to see who comes in. I'm going to try to wait too for one of my moderators if they are available. And then we're going to get into it, yeah. My best friend from elementary school has 10 kids. I only have one. I told her I'm so jealous. She got a whole soccer team. I just saw her recently. I was looking at, she had messaged me and I was just thinking about her. All right. Let's see if I can get in on this live. I don't have to if I can't. But it does make it easier to manage the chat myself if I have this, if I'm able to get on it from this phone instead of having to do it there. Not that y'all care. All right, let's see. There will be a timestamp when the live gets started. All of these lives where you see that there is like a time gap in between, there will be a timestamp once the video is uploaded. If you don't have the patience for this, there is plenty of content already on my channel. Please check it out. And don't forget to show some love by liking and subscribing. I'm in there. Alright. Let me go get my coffee. I'm going to hit this good green twice. Okay. 3 times, spirit. And then we're going to make a wish. Blow out our candle. Because every day is your birthday. And get into it. All right. Let me get my coffee. Get your coffee. Get your tea. Whatever you drinking on, sipping on. Water. Make sure you get your water too. Yeah, spirit is right. I definitely need to hit the blunt at least 3 times for me to get out of my mind. Has to be at least 3 times. Sometimes smoking is something I really want to do, but when I am like really in tune with God, and this was one of those days, that's like when God is like, okay, we need to recalibrate. Something's off with you. And I'll get up like 3 hours before my son does. And it's just to get me back where I need to be and get us on the same page so that I can move forward in alignment, balanced. But when God's presence is super heavy, I have an issue with doing the things that I like to do that God and my old religion seem to put together seamlessly. So, like, all of a sudden, I don't want to drink. All of a sudden, I don't want to smoke. Now, for me, because I carry a lot of energy. Those things don't like take. They can turn me up, but I don't need that to turn up. I can turn up. People will think I'm drunk, and I've literally had nothing. People can think I'm high and literally had nothing. Actually, it has the adverse effect when I do it in moderation. It just brings me down a notch, relaxes me, it releases resistance, it gets me out of my head and more in my body, it grounds me. Um, okay, also it like curbs my social anxiety. It helps me to just be more free flowing, easygoing, and less self aware so that I'm able to like. People sometimes think that I'm like very self absorbed. I don't like to really look at the camera. Sometimes I don't care about the chat. And this is not just on here, but I'm talking to you guys because this is my life. But like in life, that's what people think too. It's not that. It's too much energy, too much stimulation. Like Lucy, I feel everything. So those when I smoke, it just helps me to relax and I don't mind giving my attention away. I'm not overly guarded, I'm not overly worried. It's just knowing that I'm safe, that everything's cool, everything's easy, and I'm free to be. How are you? I told you I was going to work. Did you eat your food? Not yet. You didn't finish it?
No, yeah.
Well, you know I'm gonna start picking because you ain't even got in the bathroom yet. You know I'm gonna start picking, but I'm gonna let you eat your food and then we'll take care of your hygiene, okay? But you need to show some gratitude. I be trying to tell you, boy, if you went to traditional school, first thing in the morning, brush your teeth, wash your ass, put your clothes on, show me some gratitude. And you don't get a full course meal in the morning. Unless your mama like Superwoman before you gotta go to school. Yeah, so show me some appreciation, son. Yes, you better enjoy your freedoms before I start taking them away. You pointing that finger at me?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't have no breakfast at all. I ain't even had breakfast yet. I ain't had breakfast yet, but I did brush my teeth. I did wash my ass. And I did cook your breakfast, sir. Thank you. Now I got to get this spiritual food so I can get my appetite for my physical food. You can't be in the camera with your You got some what?
Dad.
Your dad?
Yes.
You can call your dad. Go ahead. Okay. Make sure you finish that breakfast. Hold on 1 second. I got my coffee. Okay, hold on. Excess energy. Also, I must have said something or spoke something that gave somebody clarity or awareness that they didn't have originally, which is exposing another person in my life. They be alright. I really don't be snitching on purpose. I never was that kid. I always couldn't stand that kid. I had a cousin that always told on us. She told everything. She would be with us doing it, being bad, and then go and tell. Be like, oh my God, just don't do it if you're going to be feeling some type of way. Go on. That's how I feel about people in my life too. And that's really why I haven't been on my channel as consistently and really just being my full authenticity, because I feel like I need to control the information that is coming out of my mouth, because it affects people. It affects people whose spirit and whose energy is welcomed in my house. And then when their shit comes out, not saying who it is, I rarely, because sometimes, don't piss me off, I'll say your name. But rarely do I ever say their name or try to make it very specific. But it is not going to stop me anymore. So if you're scared of getting popped because you know this is my job, then just don't do it. Don't do it. If you can't afford to get caught, don't do it. In life, that's what everything. I'm not opposed to breaking some of the rules. Some of them. See? That's why he came in, so spirit could be like, would you relax? Ain't no three. I was thinking, like, oh, three, the Holy Trinity. God just brings out a different side of me. It's so extremely practical and uh, flighty. But I like to be right in the center. So, cheers. It's getting a little crazy. Ain't no shoes in my house. All right, be right back. You good? Okay. All right, don't go back. You got your towel. with tantrums and acting a fool and trying to make things difficult for no reason and being unappreciative. I'm talking to grown folks too. If y'all gonna act a goddamn fool, you're gonna be unappreciative, you're gonna make the things that we have to do more difficult than it needs to be, then yes, you will certainly get popped. And not by me. My son can get popped by me. But these people, God gonna pop the fuck out of them. They better sit the fuck down and chill the fuck out. And I'm not giving no more goddamn warnings, because that's not my job. And nobody likes that. Nobody likes the messenger. I was a Jehovah's Witness. We knocked at people's doors to try to warn them of the impending war, which is true. It's just not the kind of Armageddon they told us. It's already happening. It's already happening. It's the war of both worlds. It's that angel and that demon on your shoulder. They're fighting every day with everyone else's too. It's always happening. Excuse me. When people pull out guns and act a goddamn fool and, you know, make fun of us and persecute us and all those different things. I learned my lesson. I ain't gonna be doing that no more. I'm just gonna have fun, relay messages. If it's yours, take your shit. If it's not, oh well. And if God so tells me to give a warning, like for my son, then it must mean you really deserve one, or you asked for one, or you was asleep and you didn't realize it, so you might be a little more grateful than wanting to attack. Hey, Peggy. Welcome to everybody that's here, whether you're in the chat or not. We are going to go ahead and get started because I need to close up this portal and get focused, okay, because there is an energy that wants to come on in with us today, but it's feeling some type of way, and that's not how we started our day, so we're not going to have that. Yeah, what I do for you guys, I do for me also. I would love for today to just be about fun, but it's really about business. I gotta take care of business. All right, let's make our wish. You guys make a wish by the power of 3. So mote it be. Ashe. Hey, Gino from Cleveland, Ohio. Welcome. All right, let's see what this coffee is talking about. Oh, that's good. All right, well, we can get started. The coffee is good. The coffee is good. Okay, I just gotta loosen up. You know, that's another thing. I promise you, it's better when I put my wig on. I want to wear my hair. I'm ready because I've been having good hair days lately. But I promise you, it's so much better. Just less distractions when I put my wig on. Oh, I'm so disobedient. Oh man, am I getting a reflection in my son? Disobedient. I was crying and whining about that. I keep doing it. I say I accept it. I be like, okay, the wig is a hair covering. I know about hair coverings. Knew about it my whole entire life. It's a protection. It's a protection ritual. Just do it. Your hair it's antennas. Your hair is an antenna. That's why really man cut them down quite a bit, and that's so that they can focus. They makes them feel more grounded. But when they attach or they connect in a situation, like they decide that they're going to take on a responsibility or a burden in life, or this is just who I am, this is what I have to deal with, it's like, you know, this kind of stronghold. That's when they really start letting their hair grow, because they're standing for something, they're standing on something, and it feels as if there's so much resistance. I don't even think the locks or the braids or the hair growth, you know, is not us as a people becoming resistant. It is the acceptance and awareness that there is always something that is resistant to who we truly are, to our authenticity, to what it is that we want, to what it is that we see, to the way we think things should be. There's always an opposing opinion or viewpoint that wants to try to come in. So, protection. And then once you get there and you feel at ease and you're relaxed and more comfortable with life, a lot of them end up sacrificing that hair, they cut it off, or a lot of times they just start to feel like they want to let it be a lot more groomed or a lot more free. It's like something relaxing about it. All right, yeah, because my locks are in resistance to having to do anything that I don't feel like doing. And I love hair. But if I don't feel like wearing a fucking wig, I don't have to. But it makes my life easier, and I'm arguing back and forth with myself in front of you guys. So just give me another 2 minutes, okay? I'm just going to put my wig on. It really takes a second. It literally takes a second. Hey, T-Haw. Wait. Original Mean Girl, did you say recipes? Are these people asking about food? Oh, my, okay. Can y'all see? My phone is broke. No, it's a different live. I must have scrolled when I was talking to my son, and I'm like, why are people asking me about what we're eating? This is not my live. All right, you guys, I'll be right back. Hopefully one of my moderators comes in while I'm gone. I'm wishing for them. And yeah, it'll be worth it. All right. I figured if I'm gonna put the wig on, might as well put my bendy dot on too. It's just other people in my head. Oh, it's so much. Oh, it's so extra. And if I had a man, I wouldn't care because he'd love it, and then that'd be enough for me. My son, he likes it. He does like it, actually. He likes it. But he doesn't care. He likes both. He likes my hair and he likes the hat hair. That's what we call it. He likes my hat hair too. But because he doesn't care either way and he's not super into it at all, then it doesn't sway me one way or the other. But I gotta just stop talking about it. The purpose is focus, and who cares what the world thinks? Because you know what, with these lace fronts, even though I wore weave, and I always would like do leave out or try to do crochet to make it look like really natural to part. But that's so much work, and this is so much more easy, and it really has the same effect. It looks the same. But when it first like took over Hollywood and then it started taking over on the streets, really it was convenience. It was really genius. Whoever came up with it, genius. Because it's complete protection for your hair if you don't wear it out with all of the glue and stuff, and it gives you the effect that you're looking for. But I actually felt like, oh, what if it's like AI taking over? They're all sounding alike, they're all looking alike. I don't know. Then I got one. I still felt like me. Every time I put it on, I feel like me. But sometimes it feels so pretty and that I get irritated because I'm like, well, I need a man to see this and look at me like, do you see what I'm doing for you right now? Look at all of this. Because this is what we grew up with. I don't feel that way with the shorter one. I can wear that for me. But the long hair, as a little girl, that's what they give us. That's what they gave us in this life. It's the dream. It's the dream. All our dolls, baby dolls, Barbie dolls had long hair that goes down their back. So this world conditioned us, especially if you're African American, conditioned you to not only crave or want or see like the perfection of who you could be, to be someone with this long hair that doesn't typically grow in like straight and long in our lineage naturally. But in addition to that, they also gave us all these reasons of why it could never be. Everything breaks it off. Oh, it's too brittle. Oh, it's too frail. Oh, it can't handle that. This world is fucked with all of this. And this does just make it so much easier. I'll get to work when I fucking want to. You don't have to be here, sir. This is free. Now, if you want to cash at me, you can do that. And depending on if I feel like it's inspiring, then I will get right down to business. But until then, just sit back and enjoy the ride. What was Peggy saying? Oh, you're asking questions. Yeah, I'm not doing questions today. I'm just channeling. I'm doing what I need to do for me. And mostly I think I need to have an argument about this wig here. Yeah, just put the wig on. I don't know why. It's like I don't care. I can't hear anything. I can't hear anything. Even the resistance. What resistance? Maybe it is a little magical. I wouldn't say it turns you into AI, but I definitely will say that it makes your imaginary cares and worries, yeah, of this superficial world, it really makes them go away. I mean, what could a hater say? Let's get into these cards. Oh, they're gonna wish they would have just let me wear my fucking hair. I'm so much nicer when yeah, that's what it is. And you think that all of the ones with the wigs on, you might think that they're like, oh, look at them, they're all bitches. No, they're mad that they have to even go to this extent just for so that they don't absorb. Super empaths absorb everything. They're irritated that they even have to go to that extent because people's energy is like this when they go out into the world and when they get public and when they, open up. They're pissed that they even have to do this. This should not be necessary. People say, oh, it's so unnecessary. Yeah, it should be, bitch. That's how you be feeling. Like, it should be, bitch. Like, I know where my third eye is. I don't need to put a bendy dot on there. But sometimes it helps when people just act like they don't have no intuition or that they don't believe that you could possibly have it. And they start playing in your face and doing stupid shit and you already know. Like, okay, I see you, right? I hear you, right? Did you think I was stupid? Did you think I was deaf, dumb, blind? What did you think? What did you fucking think? So maybe even out on the street, I need to start just doing all of me that I learned this so long ago. I learned this my last year in high school. Thank you, Toya. That was my best friend in high school, and her mother was the first person. She used to do my natural hair, and she was the first person that showed me how she got Toya's hair to look so full because her hair was actually thin like mine. But we both had this, like, once you put the hot comb to it, it was like silky and, straight. And it was pretty, but it was thin. And she showed me how she just put a couple of little tracks in the back of Toya's hair and you couldn't tell. And I was like, oh my God. And she put it in my hair. And then, oh my goodness, for prom, I went to Little Willie's on Grand River in Detroit, Michigan. I don't know if they still open, but they were like famous for doing the natural, weaves for girls. And I went there and I got my hair done for prom. It was my first time having a full wig, y'all. Oh my God, it kind of looked like this. That was a lot of money though that I spent for that. And this is just a put it on and take it off. Then you should find another channel. You're not important. You just want to be important, but you're not. Let me show you how unimportant you are. So, there we go. Bye-bye now. See you later. Now you can just look at me. Now you can just look at me, do whatever I want to. I love the fearmongers. Come on in. I got time today. I'm crossing the line today. All right. So, yeah, you have to know that if my son doesn't stop me, y'all haters don't have a fucking goddamn chance in hell. Everybody can get it. But yeah, okay, so back to the story. Let me tell it. Got that weave. And it was like another level of invincibility. And then there were people who were like, why do you think you can add to your avatar? Why do you think that you can do more than what is natural? You must hate yourself. You must not like this. You must not like that. It must not be enough for you. Other people's opinions. Otherwise, I would have just kept in that same energy of contentment, satisfaction, loving myself, and loving that I could even add to myself. I mean, I was taught to be creative. I was taught to be feminine, and I played in makeup and wigs and princess dresses. My goal was to become my own queen and have my own kingdom and marry a king. Like, I was raised that way. That was literally my life. The Bible, religion, Jehovah's Witness organization, God, fairy tales. I mean, it was the best storyline that anybody was selling as a child. Yeah, I know you could be a firefighter, I could be the president, but none of that was really as glorious and as happy and as exciting as being a queen when I grew up. I just thought you had to have a whole lot of money. So I tried working in the corporate world so I could make that kind of money and then meet that kind of man. It just never happened. And even when I did meet a man that had more money, they seemed to not be quite so good to me. I didn't like the way they were treating me. I liked a more down-to-earth man. And then I realized, why can't I be a queen right now? Even without a man. Why can't I do that? Of course you can. Of course you can. But you do have to get really free of other people's thoughts and do what works for you and do what feels good to you. And even if it changes your mood, even if it makes you less open, even if it gives you less empathy, even if it kind of shuts you down so you don't really give a fuck about anything that's bothering your crown, and anybody that wants to rise up and cause resistance, bitch, bow down. If that becomes your mentality, if that's the worst thing that can happen, but you get to be queen of your energy, queen of your universe, queen of your domain, then what's my motherfucking name? Because I'm doing it. All right, Erica, high five. I'm high fiving with ET, y'all. High fiving with ET. No, literally, that's me. Erikaitsjust. That's my real name. All right, you guys. That's my full transparency. I just gave it to you. Let's get into these messages and see what everybody else got coming out. What else we got? Did I pray already? I feel like I was too busy. Thank you, Peggy. I feel like I was too busy ranting and raving. So let's pray now. Sometimes it be like that in the morning. Don't just take whatever energy you wake up into. Slap these imaginary fools that be bothering you. Get rid of all of that clutter that's getting on your nerves. Wake up a little earlier and clean up something so you know you a bad bitch or you that nigga when you wake up. I mean, it works. And then take care of you. And then I promise, like, the rest of the day is going to be so easy to do. No matter how much you have to do. You just feel better when you take the time to be you first, outside of all these other things that come up against you. I think the worst thing I was taught I could be was mean. And boy, have I wasted a lot of time in my life trying to be nice. Trying to be nice will kill you. All right. Kind is very different. Kindness is different. Nice, I don't know why they made that up. That shouldn't even be a word. It shouldn't be a thing. It's fake kindness. If you can't be kind, there's something wrong with them, not you. Okay. All praise to the Most High. Trust your intuition over mine. Take only what aligns with your own personal truth. Don't make the story fit if it's not yours. As above, so below. All others must go. Whew. Okay, I was so focused on getting this house clean. Clean your microwave. Okay, I let that microwave go. I'm ashamed to say. I don't know, but it was some leaks. And I don't know if we just weren't using it or what, but I heated up some spaghetti, hot ass mess. Boil a cup of water in there for 3 minutes twice. And then wipe it out with your Clorox wipes and it'll be pristine. But anyway, yeah, I had to clean some things. So I did not take care of me. This is another thing that reminds me of who the fuck I am. The messages are better when I do all these things. May I say, you really are giving me good advice. I'm glad, Peggy. And you always give good vibes, darling. Thank you. Thank you for your good vibes. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get into it. And thank you for your patience. I appreciate it. Even though it's free. You're here with me. Thank you. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get into this. All praise to the Most High. Trust your intuition over mine. Take only what aligns with your own personal truth. Don't make the story fit if it's not yours. As above, so below. All others must go. Just need to say it again. There's this Gemini here, and you really want to think the best of this person. You want them to turn around. You feel like they will. You feel like they will change something, okay? You feel like this person is going to change. You feel like they're going to turn around. You feel as if you want to believe the best in this individual. Not because you need to. It's cold. So I don't even think this is somebody that you're in love with. I feel like they have practical value to you. You could work with this person. You need for them to be honest, or you need for them to have integrity. You need for there to be balance. You need for there to be ease. This could be someone who mentally, a lot of thinking or ruminating on the subject of you. So you receive a lot of this person's energy, and usually it feels deceptive, or it feels invasive, or it feels like a bullying energy. It feels like an, what's the word? Exploit, like they want to exploit you. I have to look that word up. What does that even mean? But like they want to yeah, it's take advantage of. Maybe that's like a synonym. It feels as if this person likes to take advantage of you. They like to take advantage of the time periods when you aren't very grounded, or when you aren't very clear-minded. It also feels like they're trying to assert some kind of authority over you that you don't want. It feels like you constantly have to go back and forth with this person. Now, I'm already getting that you have a new beginning where you don't do that, where you don't have to. But they're coming out in this energy, I guess because they're still trying you, or they're still fucking with you, or you just need to be aware that this is your confirmation. If this is what you felt about that person, it's the truth. I don't care what they show you or what they do in physical life. There's an issue with this person, and it's mostly in their mind. But they have powerful minds. I mean, they're air signs. So that is the dominant energy, intellectual. That's like their thing. So psychic attacks could definitely be part of what you go through with this person and your energy. What I'm getting now is that they won't be disturbing you, because this world, you see how like this circle, it looks like it's tied together here by that red energy, and that's like closing up the gap. So when you have fear, that's how this person gets in. When you're fearful, when you're scared, you have to be in that type of energy for this person or entity to connect with you. So now I am getting Gemini, but let me tell you more about Gemini. Gemini also represents twin flame unions. This could be a twin flame. Geminis also represent um, divine connections. This could be someone you have a spiritual, a psychic, a intellectually binding mental connection with. Um, Someone that you've let in your head, get into your head. This could also be an entity. This could be an organization, a corporation, a coven, a group that mentally indoctrinates and tries to mind control in order to push forward a certain agenda. And if you've already been a party to it or a cooperative component, it will continue to push up against you anytime it can to try to bring you back in. These people, these organizations, these entities are like shepherds with sheep, masters with slaves. If one gets away, they just try to get it back. So a lot of times it's not that you're doing the wrong thing, it's not that you're off track, it's that naturally if you get too close to where you used to be. So a lot of us didn't know it, but we were bred and confined in these organizations that promised us protection and certain provisions, and in exchange we pretty much sold our souls to them. We agreed to stay comfortable and safe and content and humble and meek in a fear energy, a fear-based energy. The multitudes of the world live in fear. That's why we have so much poverty. That's why there's only a little rich. You think it's not enough money? They make the money. The money isn't even fucking real. It's paper. Everything is energy. Everything is bartering. Everything is some kind of transaction. The money is just fucking paper. They can make as much as they fucking want. Nothing's going to happen if they were to just make more money and give it to people. This bullshit is all about control and how they want these agendas to go. So we'd be like, oh, see, and it's just that small amount of people and they've got all the money. No, it's just a small amount of people who feel free enough to do the things that can put them in line to attract and become things that are outside of that fear-based energy. You're always rebelling when you step outside of your fear. It's a good thing, though. It's a good thing. It's a good thing to push the boundaries. It's a good thing to step on the other side of the line sometimes. So some of you grew up in these like strict households, these strict religions, these strict organizations, or maybe your school or whatever, but you came from that. That is your heritage. This is where you came from. So these masters, I like to just say, let's just call them shepherds. It just makes everything easier, but it's all the same fucking thing. There's a boss and there's a worker. Devil, demons. Master, slave. What do you call it? The minions. What is their called? Master minion or whatever. That's all it is. So I'm gonna say shepherd sheep, because really you equate the religion to the God that you were serving. But God is an entity. He is not confined by any of these minds that created those religious doctrines for you. God is bigger than that. So these people, we'll just call them shepherds, and you were their sheep. And so they're just trying to come back and get you back where they are. And some of them, they'll do anything. They'll scare the dog shit out of you. They'll bully you to get you back. I mean, I don't know, but not all of them are going to follow these nice rules to try to lure you back. Some of them will try to scare you. They'll try to bully you back into confirmation. You're a fucking colonizer. Somebody is a colonizer. They operate just like these religious organizations, and this could be someone who says they're not religious at all. But either way, it's either that, or it's either one of those connections, and that's what's kind of binding you, or it's one of these religious organizations. It's the entity that these organizations pretty much worship or praise, who they're ruled by. Okay, or this is, like I said, it's a person in your life. But when you get too close to fear, for whatever reason, I was afraid that I was being too open and free because I have felt as if it's not safe for me to be so transparent, because people take your transparency and then they use it against you. I've been a subject to a lot of narcissistic abuse. So sometimes I'm triggered by that. When I did that, an entity came in that my son was a cooperative component to, and he tries to stop the reading or to create an issue to make me think, oh no, it's fear. You better go back to what you used to do. Don't do this. It would be better if you just lay in bed, because if I lay in bed while my son eats his food, he seems to be peaceful. Not every day, but this is a cycle, it's a storyline that can play. So I just want you to be able to see. I'm talking about myself, but I want you to think about you and if it relates to you. Because everything that we go through, other people are going through it too. It's just that we don't talk about it. But when you hear it out loud, sometimes you'll be able to put the specifics to your own life. So there is something here. It can be just, I wanted you to see how simple or little it can be, but it's coming against you to test you because you're creating your own reality. You're starting to get in this flow of doing things the way you want to. And part of when this happens for you, part of creating your own reality, part of being who you truly are, part of your authenticity, if you notice in all the world cards, she's damn near naked. I can't even really show you completely because YouTube always tries to block my videos, or they used to anyway. They kind of are letting me be a little lax on the rules lately, I noticed. But yeah, like that transparency, that openness is because you feel free, because you feel safe, because you know that you control your reality. This is your reality. Okay? So you have to close those gaps, close those doors, and they will open because life will come against you and show you, uh-oh, you have a little, you have a wobble here. I showed you guys I was literally having a wobble. I started my live, I didn't fluff my hair up for nothing. I started my live to wear my fucking hair. Okay, I'm rocking my little beauty supply store queen shirt, okay, and I was just feeling some type of way with my hair. My hair is like kind of goldy, so you see what I'm saying. I was on a different time, and there will be time for that. But when I'm trying to take care of business and when I have to get up 3 hours early before my son to make sure that my domain is my own, yeah, no, it's not really the time to be just free and happy and all nice and anything goes. No, because I'm not in control. It's not fully my reality. I have access points where people are getting in, energy is getting in, old entities are coming in, and they're trying to stop me from creating my own reality and having it the way that I feel like it should be. So you just have to tie it up, close it up. Let's fix it. Let's fill in that gap. Okay? It's just waking you up. It's waking you up, that's all. I have literally I've been my son. I've been the person to come into somebody's life and say, oh, hey, you didn't know you had that activated. You didn't know that there was an opening there. Well, I guess, hi, I don't know. But my God told me to come in. And I guess because that God must work for you, or my God cares about you, you're his, you belong to him. You must be like my brother or my sister in Christ or something, because he was coming in to tell you, you really need to close this up if you're going to do what you're doing. You need to fix this if you're really going to go there. If you're really going to do this is how you got to do it. Okay, so I have been, this is kind of like a sacrifice. You're sacrificing that fear. You're sacrificing that ego. It's the only way that it works in order for you to create the new reality that you're trying to. So I have literally been the person that had to be sacrificed so that someone else could close the gap in their life and move forward. And now, I don't give a fuck who it is. If you trying to intervene in what God has for us, like my son, he can shut down the reading. But if he comes through here in fear, oh no. No. What I'm going to do is make sure that fear gets the fuck up out of here. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure he's comfortable, calm, because he knows how to react. Even in low vibrations, he can take it all. My son can get down on the floor with the best of them, and he can go way up in the high in the sky and fly around like a little angel. Okay, he can do it all. But I make sure that he gets back on his ball, back on his track, back in his lane. And then I get to this fucking desk and do the goddamn work. Because I wish a motherfucker would. I wish a motherfucker would. You can have all the swords in the fucking world. This is 8 of them. Yeah. See, 8 of them. This is going to be your prison. This will be their mental prison. They will be confined. I will hold your ass in contempt, and you will be on the outside of the lines of my energetic home. You will be outside, trapped in that. You know how you had those foyer doors? They'll be trapped in the foyer door of my mind, trapped in the foyer door of our energy, trapped in the foyer door of our home. You'll be in the fucking lobby and you can't get out. Because I'm calling my daddy and I'm telling him on you, and he coming to get your ass. He'll take your head. He'll take your soul. He'll take your whole life. So you better tread lightly. I'm not fucking around with no goddamn demons, devils. I don't give a fuck what it is. Other gods that are not my heavenly Father, not the most high, almighty God, the most high. They won't come and shift and change nothing. They got gifts, they have offerings, people have good opinions for you, people have good energy. Leave it. Leave it at your doorstep. Put it in your mailbox. But if a motherfucker runs up on you in your mind, in your energy, trying to change your reality, trying to turn this wheel in their favor, trying to open up your world and kick their way in, that's a wolf. And you won't get in by the hair of my chinny chinny chin. I'll become a witch. I'll become a bitch. I'll become a warlock. I'll become whatever the fuck I have to defeat something that means no good to me. And that's literally what this is. Oh, God is better than everything, even than you. And if you knew that, you wouldn't even have to say that. So get the fuck out. Bye-bye. There you go. Just start slapping these motherfuckers. Slap the fuck out of them. I mean, energetically. People play in your face, slap the fuck out of them. Silently. I do it out loud because we're here. But in real life, I just do it silently. Mostly. I don't know. I'm kind of a pickaboo person. You never know what you're going to get out of me. But mostly I do it silently. But yeah, people don't just get to play in your face and cause wars, cause issues for you anymore. This 5 of Swords in reverse is really telling me that people are still competing. People are still trying to have control. I don't know why they want control over your reality. Let's see. Because you're fulfilling something. Something is being fulfilled. Fulfillment, harmony, completion. You're getting close to completing something, integrating. Oh, integration. That puts you in a powerful energy. So you must affect this person's reality. If you do, you could be a Leo here with the World card. In this deck, it says Leo, but actually the world represents Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, and Aquarius, okay? I have found my place in this world. You know who you are. You know your place in any vibrational space. And when you integrate all of it at one time, you really never get swayed anywhere up and down any timeline. You are walking that narrow path where everything has to come to you to meet you. Yeah, Leo energy. Oh, it definitely. You know, the world is going to embrace you at first. And then when people start to see that Leo, that crown that you naturally get for being a Leo baby, you were just born into Leo energy. Oh, the lion, the ruler. Oh, okay. But when your life really starts to go that way, that's when they'll attack that crown. They'll come for that crown. They'll try to take it down. So you really have to be okay with owning that bow down bitches. That's your ego. It's what it was meant to be. But it's a protection, probably because your authenticity is so fucking far from that. Your authenticity is more humble than the people that come against you to humble you. That is your authenticity. That's your authenticity. So, yeah. You kind of have to be, or need to be, a little bit of an asshole. You can do it silently, covertly. People are doing it all the time. I mean, you may have been raised that you know it's not okay, but honestly, you're grown now. So if it works for you, you have to do what works for you. And you may be dealing with a lot of covert assholes, so you're gonna have to be one, okay, if you want to survive. And if you don't want to have all these petty battles and conflicts in your life, you're just gonna have to own it. It's just gonna have to be okay. It's gonna have to be okay. You can still be loved. You always will be loved. But when you're not feeling the love and it's feeling more of like this push against the fact that you get to love yourself and enjoy your life and things are going right for you and you feel grounded and you're the truth, and people, they just love it and love it and love it, but then sometimes they eat so much of the, like, the, oh yeah, I just love you, oh I love Leo and Scorpios, Tauruses, Aquariuses, oh, they just love it, love it, love it, until they realize how you being you and doing you is not necessarily working for them in their life and what they want, and it's making them start to look at things and it's making them start to feel some type of way. And then your biggest fans become your biggest bullies and your biggest nemesis, okay? And you could fall into this victimization energy. But whoever I'm talking to today, you already did that shit. You're not meant to do it again. So just stop letting them in. And it's okay if they do get in. You just need to look at what is that I was fighting myself with. Because you have to be the most authentic version of yourself up to date. So when I came to the table, I've already done that. I've already been there, done that. I came with my wrap, and then I tried it when I started doing the twist before I actually locked it. None of my natural hairstyles work for the work that I have to do. I already know that. But because I decided to go back, or I was on a past timeline, past old, energy, because I was there, I tried it again. And it's like, no, if you want to start where you left off, you're going to have to ignore everything that came from before. The war is already over if you say it's over. Just do you, who you are, what you know to work. You have to put forth the work, put forth the effort to be your best version of self, or else. Or else this. And if it's not somebody doing this to you, this is what you'll be doing to yourself. The King of Swords in reverse, you'll be confusing yourself about who you are and what your rights are and what you can do and how big things can be or how bad something is. You won't know anything. You'll be stuck in fear. This is 7 and 1. This is 8. The 8 of Swords. You'll be trapped. Have you guys seen the 8 of Swords tarot card? I know you have. There's way too many cards here for me to find it. But the 8 of Swords is literally somebody who is trapped. They're blinded. They can't see. They're stuck in their feelings. It's not a good card that anybody ever wants to be in. It's entrapment. It's like a mental prison. Yeah, here it is right here. That's the 8 of Swords. So this is not even their truth, okay? They could actually walk out. If you notice, there's a gap in the sword. They could literally just like hop forward. They can hobble forward. Their ankles aren't even bound. No, their ankles aren't bound. Their legs are free. You can walk even if your arms are tied. You can walk. So they could walk through. They could walk out of this. But mentally, they're like, it's like you're lying to yourself. There's no way out of this. There's no way out of this matrix. There's no way out of this cycle. There's no way. I'm a victim. I can't do anything. It's all lies. 7 of Swords, self-deception. So if somebody else is not trying to deceive you or trying to lie to you or trying to rule your reality or change something, you're doing it to yourself. You're giving your power away. All right, that's good. What else? There's a King of Swords. They're not an air sign though. I don't know why they operate in so much Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, but they're a Queen of Swords, a King of Swords, or a Queen of Swords. Maybe it's a female or a male. But there's somebody here that just keeps the lights on, and they're gonna give you the truth even if it hurts you. Like, even if it hurts, even if you don't like it, even if you get mad at them. So that makes them scary. It makes them scary because they tell the truth. Oh my God, you can't say that. You can't do that. Yeah, you can. The tower. They do. This person does it again and again and again. So they could be okay because we have the world and we have the tower. So I'm getting this person is a Scorpio or a Leo, or you are. This is what you're dealing with. These are your tower moments. Okay, so you're building up a fortress. You're building up an empire. You're building up your reality. You're creating your own universe. You're creating your own world and people. These what do they call them? What's Osama bin Laden called? Terrorists. These are terrorists. These people are terrorists. And they're trying to come against the tower that you built or created for yourself because they don't believe it, they don't like it, or they're not part of it. They're either jealous, hateful, envious, or really guilty, and they haven't fixed anything. So they can't get in. So they're plotting and they're thinking of ways to. And then they're attacking you. So this is like the plane coming against the tower. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You're like Neo and Trinity. You can literally just say no. Stop. No, I'm not going to do it. No. Not interested. No. No. No, thank you. No. Yeah, that's literally what it says. You can just say no. The things that come towards you that are meant for you, say yes. This card literally says yes. Things that are cooperative components to what it is that you are living, that you are open to, say yes. Things that you are not asking for, that are trying to come in, say no, but without resistance, because it's not like, oh no, my God, they're coming, oh my God. No, it's just like, okay, no, I didn't ask for that. Okay, it's like a buffet. You have to look at your life like a buffet. Everything's coming in, people are serving you. Oh wow, nice, oh thank you. Stop. Get that the fuck up out of here. Absolutely not. But you're not gonna be like, no, and kick up the whole table and kick all of the good food that you really wanted and that you asked for and just say fuck all of this shit. You're not gonna do that. It's just a no. You don't have to go through the resistance. You don't have to go through this big catastrophe. It doesn't have to be this big thing. You have to know that you have more control than you know, but you're going to lose your control when you lose your emotional stability. So emotional stability is really like at the cornerstone of everything. It's at the cornerstone of everything. So we have to do the things that make it easier for us to deal with emotions. We have to. I don't care what it is. I don't even care if it's something that's superficial to you. Like if you need that coffee, if you need that matcha, if you gotta have your coffee made by Starbucks or you need it from Dunkin' Donuts, I don't care if you can't just put a pod in your coffee maker, or if you need a Keurig because you can't do the $19.99. And I want y'all to know that my $19 Keurig coffee machine, I don't know who I'm talking to, but my $19 Keurig coffee machine, I got it 2 years ago, and that bitch still this coffee is amazing. I just want y'all to know. But anyway, whatever you have to do, you need to do it. If it just makes you feel better, it makes your life go right. I don't care how stupid or crazy it sounds to anybody else. Believe me, you can afford to do it for yourself. You can make time to do it for yourself. And it will have more of a positive effect on you, the people you're connected to, and your whole fucking reality if you do. These mothers, these fathers, these grown-ass people who think it's something wrong with women putting themselves together, shame on you. Because you want to teach your children that it is okay to take time to prioritize themselves and show up in life the way that they want to. It's not just only that you have to do the very bare minimum. Who put these shackles and chains on you? Because the one thing that I don't see are people being happy. Now, when people do the least, I mean, people could even be like dirty. But if they are glowing through all of their dirt because they are just that happy, then I have nothing to say. But when you're looking some type of way and then you're also feeling some type of way and then all your energy is some type of way, you have taken on a burden. You have put yourself in shackles that you don't even fucking like, that you don't even feel good about. What the fuck are you doing with your life? And who the fuck are you giving your life over to? Who's controlling you? Why aren't you? You could do it better. You could do it better. I don't care if it's a religion. In the name of God, this is what they told me. Jehovah's Witness organization. But by the time I was 30, it was like, yes, there is something about the way that I live my life there that just magically makes my life better. It's so much easier. But me trying to be a witness, because everything that I choose to do, if I commit myself, I go 100%. 110%. I go 200%. I'm a fucking Leo. I'm a lion. I'm going to get to it. I'm going to do it the best way I can. So I have to be a full-fledged Jehovah's Witness when I do it for real. I couldn't be like one that could kind of do it in between. There's no point to me. So I have to do it all the way. But if I'm going to be miserable, if I'm not happy, yeah, no, fuck you. I don't know what you guys are selling me, but that's not God. And I did. I got to the bottom of it, and it wasn't. It's these 8 men. And I mean, you know, they're kind of magical and shit, and they actually are happy and glowing. I mean, they should be. They rule over how many million? 230? I don't know, but they in 236 lands, and there's like millions of Jehovah's Witnesses everywhere. They're colonizers. I mean, you know, they're masters. And these people are slaves. They think they're slaving for God, but they're slaving for the man, because God really don't make your life like that. God is there for you for the life that you want to live, for the life that you actually grew up in, like, and how to create better. God is bigger than these little organizations and corporations. These are people. And fine, if it makes you happy. If it makes you happy. I just want to, like, my heart just be wanting to tell people that. If it makes you happy, great. But if not, why are you just acting like this is the only thing that you can do? Even when it comes to jobs, when it comes to work, use that mind. You know why you can't get in that head and find another option or another avenue? Because I used to change my job like I was changing my underwear, y'all. Like, I don't give a fuck. Fuck you people. Fuck you. There will always be another one. There always was. Now, sometimes you have to condition your mind to get in place for that. But now it's so easy. You could get an app on your phone, get in your car, and make money today. If you're diligent enough, you can make enough money in a few hours that would probably pay you exactly what you make right now at your job. Now, if you have a very high quality job and that's not even a possibility for you, then I'm assuming that job that pays you that kind of money also gives you the ability to start investing or finding passive, ways for passive income. Nobody is locked in. We're not locked in. You can do something different. You can change your life. But if you just decide to lay down and just lie in whatever it is that you're living and just give up, you've already given control over to someone else, to something else outside of you. And if it's not making you happy, well, goodbye. You just sold your soul to a devil that's taking you straight to hell, and they're going to keep you there. There's always room for change. And there's always a way to do it. And when you take your mind off of the things that don't matter in life, when you take your mind off of the petty battles and conflicts, you can really get down to the nitty-gritty of it. And you can focus masterfully on how to make your life better, how to change things. And just that positive intention, just that positive energy. Even if you only give yourself 10 minutes a day to just give everything that you're thinking about is just ideas. Just jot your ideas down. Start somewhere. Eventually, you will start to attract opportunities that look like that, an answer to that question. I'm telling you, it's out here and you can attract it. I understand minds that feel confined, like you can't even, if you wanted to think of another idea, it just feels like blockages everywhere. I'm telling you, the main thing is fear that you cannot do something different than what you're doing currently. But that's already a lie. Always the easiest one I know how to say, and I say it all the time, probably sick of hearing it, but you know, we didn't always have electricity, right? There was just daylight. There was no electricity, there were no phones, there was no computer. Remember, we didn't have computers. Remember, there was no internet. Remember, you didn't have a cell phone. You just had to call and say I'm on my way, or if you were in the neighborhood, you just kind of had to hope that somebody would answer the door, that they were there. There was none of that. There was a time there was no phone at all. Niggas just traveling for days and weeks to go and see a member of their family. Somebody's sick, and by the time they traveled there, the person ain't even sick no more. They didn't got over the cold. Everybody, the whole family, they traveling in carriages and on horseback. If what I'm just saying is, if we all just would have settled for that, the world that we're living in right now is evidence that you can always have something that you did not have before. Something can always get better. Yeah, landlines was all we had. By the time you get there, well, you know how much better it would have been if somebody would have believed that they could make a phone before then. Like, goddamn, even if it's only one phone in the city, by the time they got there, they could have called and been like, oh, they're fine, they're gonna make it. You didn't travel for 3 weeks to get there. Now you gotta go 3 weeks on horseback back. Whew. I be thanking God that this is the reality we live in. And it seems like the moment you have an idea, or the moment you even think of something, somebody's already created it. That's how fast we are manifesting. Get on the bandwagon. Things are happening. Life is changing. The life you're living right now is one that you asked for before. It's not the one you had before. And if you don't like what you're living right now, well, you've also lived something that you didn't like before and you got different. Do what you did to get out of it. If you love what you're living, or if you don't like what you're living, but you like what you used to be living, then do what you did to get what you got before and give up doing what you're doing now. Come on now. I don't know, but I just feel like a lot of people, you're letting these devils get in your head. You're letting these people get to you. You're letting them confuse you. They're fucking up your vision. You can't see straight. You don't know what's going on. You're confused. The weight of the mind can make you tired physically. Mental health and stability, emotional health and stability, they are cornerstones. That's what they need to be teaching in school. Cornerstones. I don't care. These are people who are in corporate, taking their lives and shooting everybody in the building. They got all the money in the world. What the fuck is their problem? Because your problems don't just magically go away because you have money. Money is not the answer to everything, but mental stability and emotional stability will lead to a financial and a physical security where you actually can prioritize money if you want to, but it'll definitely take care of you. Thank you. All right. Yeah, see, stability. That's what we're talking about. So somebody's thinking about and planning for the future. They're planning for stability, something that will not fall. Okay? Something that is solid. Someone wants a solid relationship. They're planning on a solid relationship, a happy family, happy people. They want happy people in their world. Somebody is building a world. They're building a world. They're building their own universe. And it starts with them. It starts with their family. But it extends to every single person that is a part of their kingdom. All of their families, all of their households, all of their lives will be good. What the fuck else would it be? Yeah, this King of Cups, you could be the Scorpio. Someone's calling you a cult leader, or they're calling you a colonizer. But what I see here is in the upright. People are happy even if you aren't. The King of Cups is not really known to be someone that's happy, so to speak. but they're emotionally secure and stable. They're kind, they're wise, they're innovative, they're diplomatic, they're trustworthy, they're forgiving, they're nurturing, creative, and their endeavors rise. Stop thinking water signs are weak. Pisces, Cancers, Scorpios. Water is not fucking weak. Water is the nourishment you need. A lot of people out here thirsty as fuck. So if you are a water sign or you have one in your life, then you need to show a little fucking gratitude. Fire signs, passionate. I'm also getting a Leo. Passionate, full of energy. The energy just comes naturally. That's why people hate them so much. Fuck you so happy for? Fuck you so excited for? Why the fuck aren't you tired? How did you have time for all of that? Oh my God, why is your voice so loud? Why does it carry? Where is all that energy coming from? Leo. But give thanks. It's the motivation. It's the motivation. It's also the energy you need for creation. They're creators. Got a Taurus that's holding you down, helping you to stay grounded. Give some fucking appreciation. Be thankful. They're also giving you this sense of fulfillment or harmony. They're giving you purpose, or they're very purpose driven, and that energy is catchy. Take a fucking knee. Aquarius energy. So intellectual. So intellectual. So fucking smart within their own right. But they don't have to share their mind with everyone. In fact, they don't. And they generally like to make fun of the systems that have been set up that they just watch people just run and operate in like hamsters on a wheel. They don't understand that. They're giving liberty. They're giving freedom. They're giving authenticity. Show some fucking respect. They're quirky too. Accepting your quirkiness. Yeah. You have to accept who the fuck you are. You can't keep a crown if you can't accept who you are. Imperfect and perfections too. If you can't accept all of you, then there is no crown for you. There is no crown you can rock. Come here, Nicki Minaj. My crown won't fit on your bum ass lace fronts. She wear lace fronts. Her point is, and it's not just lace fronts. I was talking about them earlier if you heard me, but this just represents doing anything that you feel you need to do so that you don't really have any kind of superficial issues. Any of the bullshit of the superficial world, there's no room you can't walk into. There's nothing that you can't do. There's nobody that can say anything to you. And this just makes your life easier. It makes you funner. It works for your job. It works for your life. Whatever it is that sets things right, think of that as your lace front. These crowns don't fit on this bullshit that we have to do to survive and to be the person that we want to be in the world that we live in. Okay, it's a fucking uniform. Okay, it's a cop suit. It's a firefighter suit. It's necessary. Whatever it is that you do to be you is necessary. It's your fucking uniform. It's your fucking armor. You can't go to war where you have to deal with people coming at you all sideways. You can't go to war without your fucking armor on. You're dead as soon as you step out the door. So, the crown comes before that. She's wearing her crown. She's living her crown. She is her crown. This is the protection for the crown. You know, in the movies, they always show them riding out and they're going to war. The crowns are out? No, because the crowns could get knocked on the fucking ground, knocked down. These crowns, excuse me, those crowns were made of gold. They were fucking heavy. They're filled with jewels. No, you can't just run out here and just be all willy-nilly with your crown. Of course it has to be protected. This shit that we do for this world, you want to call it dancing? Maybe. But you are naked and exposed when you don't. And then you want to know why your foes and why people want to keep trying you and testing you. What a woman, okay? Now, energy is everything. But you cannot stay in one space vibrationally and be alive in this life. You cannot be conscious, you cannot be aware, and always stay up here. You're not. You have to accept that there are things that will happen, that you will actually, you attract circumstances, contrasting moments that you've asked for to wake you up, to make you pay attention. So when you hit those lows, well, now not only are you vulnerable, and see, you were vulnerable, exposed with the protection of God when you were way up here. But what happens when you're down here and you're vulnerable and exposed? It's the difference. For me, this is how I understand it. And anyway, you know, this is my channel. Either you understand or you don't. You never have to have lived my life. You never have to have lived my life, and I don't have to know your life to know that a lot of this shit is going to resonate. But this is very specific. When I was younger, I could go to the club with a mini skirt on and cleavage showing. And because my vibe is up here, and I mean, not just when I was younger, I did it again later in life, like 30s, mid 30s, okay? I would do it tomorrow if I fucking felt like it. The point is, if the vibration is high, guys, get the fuck out of my way. Guys, stand up when I walk in the room. Nobody says anything to me that is demeaning or that is like, nobody grabs my ass, nobody touches me, nobody puts their hands on me. People, they open the door and they get the fuck out of my way. Now, if I could be in that same exact outfit and I start thinking about something, it brings me down a notch. I see some girls that are hating on me and they're saying something and looking at me sideways, takes me down one more notch. Then all of a sudden I'm attracting the guy who is kind of side-eyeing or saying, damn, shorty, or, you know, looking at me some type of way, and it takes me down a notch. And the next thing, especially when I was younger, it only happened to me maybe once or twice in my life, but a guy grabbed my ass. Now that woke me the fuck up. That woke my lion up. Who the fucking, what the fuck, don't you ever, motherfucker, how dare you? But it woke me up because, oh my God, I didn't know. And a lot of times it ain't even the people out here. It could be your family members. It could be your friends. You're getting dressed with your girls and everybody's feeling good, but one girl feels left out and they feel like you're sexier than the rest and you're gonna get all the attention. Now they're hating on you. The energy is off. So you felt good before you went to the club, but by the time you get there, your energy is so low, you're not even enjoying yourself. It's not about what you're wearing. It's not about what you're doing. It's not about your outfit. It is about the energy. But you want to be ready for any energetic space. You don't have to get ready. You don't have to worry about what's coming at you when you are totally you. You are the version of you that can handle anything. Then it just be like, well, come on. Because, you know, Morpheus told us already. Yes, the bullets be coming, but eventually you won't have to just dodge bullets. They won't even come towards you. What did he say? He was like, so are you telling me that I'll be able to dodge bullets? He's like, no, I'm telling you, when the time comes, you won't have to. Their guns turn into flowers. Their negative words turn into hearts. Their swords turn into plowshares. They're working for you now. They were attacking you before. All right. Yeah, you got some soldiers in your cut now and they're doing what you say. Okay, we got the world and we have the wheel of fortune. You already are taking the lead in your reality. That's what I'm getting, really. Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Taurus. You're taking the lead in your reality. This the wheel of fortune and the fucking world. I can't make this shit up with the tower. Oh, they're not ready. You done had quite a few wolves huff and puff and try to blow your house down. Matter of fact, you guys could be doing that to each other. You're just tightening it up. You're preparing it because the Wheel of Fortune is coming in. So that's what we got going forward for you this week. Oh, this is good energy. This is good goddamn energy. The one thing that I see is that you still will be tried. You still will be tried. And for some of you, that's only because people have eyes on you, or people are like intentionally like spying on you, monitoring spirits, things like that. Entities, things you can't control. They're watching you, they're monitoring you. Okay. But you're doing what you have to do to make sure that nothing is derailing you or taking you completely off track. Because the Two of Wands to the Four of Wands, this is your plan. This is your vision. This is how you see life going for you. This is what you feel solid on. You have a connection. You have a partner. There is at least one other person in your corner, even if it be a child. That person is in alignment with you, and you are in alignment with them. You have a best friend. You have a witness. That's all you need. Where two or more are gathered, God is present. God is there. You don't have real cares and worries. You just have to be able to deal with whatever comes your way while you are traveling too, because the Two of Wands is about a travel. There's a Three of Wands. There's also a pause or a standstill. You have to wait for some things to come to you before you can get on the boat and make it to the other side, which creates this Four of Wands that you're looking for, which is another level of security, another level of stability, another level of freedom. Yeah, another level of celebration or like celebratory energy. Is everything is moving to another level, but you're gonna have to deal with these whatever that's coming in. The King of Cups energy is what helps you. Ice, not nice, ice. The King of Cups is an asshole, but they're so kind and they're so diplomatic and they're so fair and they're so balanced and their energy is so tempered, and they're just such a pleasure to fucking be around, and that you don't care. So this is the energy that you need to have over you. This is water. This is the water fountain that you should be drinking from. The energy of that. Water energy is emotion. Okay. Just because an emotion comes in and is boiling hot, like people are pissed off or your emotions are rising to the surface and they're boiling hot, you don't have to drink that shit. You can let it cool the fuck down. You can throw an ice cube in it. Just because someone is extra cold and really detached, you don't have to just accept that that's where they're going to leave it at, or that you even have to deal with that. You could let them stay on the outside. Go on out there and be cold and be as ice and be as mean as you want to. And I'm going to keep shedding this light. I'm going to keep being this light. And it's going to melt your fucking ice. So have fun with that. And when you melt down enough, maybe I will drink some of your stuff. Maybe I will have a little sip or two. But I don't like that shit that be too cold. It just hurt in my teeth. You're not going to hurt me. But I like my drinks cold. I love my Kool-Aid cold. I love my cocktails cold. I love some ice cubes, okay? So the King of Cups, that's the way for whatever this cycle is that you're living right now. It just makes it easier. It's a very balanced, tempered, kind of cool, relaxed, more chill, more easygoing, but doing all of the work to be that, because the King of Cups has to do the exact same kind of emotional work that the Queen of Cups does. The King of Cups is just more detached from the outcome, more detached from expectation. They're more independent and not necessarily always looking for what they're giving out to come back in. They're just kind of being who they are and just expecting that the least that they're going to result, that they're going to receive, or that they're going to attract is what they're giving out. So they just know pretty much what's going to happen in their reality and what's not going to happen because of who they're choosing to be. So that energy, I feel, is very relative, or yeah, I don't know. It's just very important to this Wheel of Fortune here with the world. What's that Wheel of Fortune? Because somebody, you got money that's on the line here. Oh, see? 313. You better get your money. Justice is about good outcomes. This is about getting a yes. This could even be in court. Something that could be a maybe. You controlling your energy, you setting your boundaries, you being you can change a maybe to a fucking yes. Or if you need a no, you can push, you can tip the scales in your favor when you are in your power. And you can't be in your power if you're not present and in the here and now. And you can't fully stay present or in the here and now when you are not being your true authenticity. When you're taking a knee for other people and other people's realities, when you're people pleasing but you're not pleasing you, and when you're focused on you, because you have to care about who you're giving your attention to. If it does not make you feel good, then you're just giving your power away. It's to no benefit. But somebody's getting a this is a good outcome. So you may have something this week where there needs to be a decision, or you're waiting for a decision. There's something that you're looking for. Someone's going to take accountability. It says lawsuits will be won. Clarity, integrity, fairness. Okay, cause and effect. Someone's also getting karma. Cause and effect. There'll be no there's something here that goes wrong with someone else and they may blame you, but there's no reckoning. There's nothing that they can do to you. You're going to get the best that they have to offer. This person's going to move with an upright attitude because it's justice. Spirits got their foot on this person's neck, not you. You're not doing anything to this person. Nothing at all. It's out of your hands. It's over your head. I like reading the way I want to, when I want to, and how I want to. And I like talking to people that are not there because that's how energy moves. And I think it's crazy when we just pretend and act like we're not feeling anything or nothing's happening. I'm so glad that they're normalizing it, at least on YouTube. Because I've always talked to God and then I've always talked to myself. But when my family talked to themselves, I was like, that's crazy. And you can't do that, and don't ever do that in front of anybody from my school or any of my friends. And so I try really hard to not be that person and not do that thing. And even with my son, I tell him, like, I tell my son, it's okay. You have to talk to the man in the mirror. Thank you, Michael Jackson, for telling us that. But it's the truth. You have to talk to the man or the woman in the mirror. You need to talk to yourself. It's okay to talk to yourself. I had an imaginary friend. God is your best friend, and you can't see him. So you might as well call him an imaginary friend, but he's your best one, and he'll always be there for you, and you'll see the results. I'm like, you can even go to God and tell on your mommy. You can tell on me, and God will make me act better. Watch. And so I be hearing him, and he do. He do. And I love it. And I tell him, mommy be talking to herself sometimes. You know, your mama is a little crazy, so she's going to talk a lot more than you do. But I even make sure that I keep it to a minimum. That's why I come here. It just makes it more normalized, okay? Because I be telling my son, like, even though it is okay to talk to God out loud, we don't do it out on the street because people can't handle it. And they'll just think that we're crazy. And then they'll try us and try to treat us like we're fucking crazy. We're not crazy. You're crazy. You're crazy. You don't talk to God. That's crazy. You don't talk to your creator. You don't talk to your maker. You never have it. You have thoughts that be in your head. You don't ever, like, combat that, or, like, how you know that's your thought that was in your head? How you know you didn't just pick it up from the TV or from some subliminal or something? You don't never? Oh, okay, I guess. That's crazy to me. But yeah, energy to be coming in, energy to come to my table. Like, I don't have to pretend in front of this camera. I like that. But I do have to pretend a little bit in everyday life because I want to show my son how to show up socially in a way that is, well, it won't turn you into a spectacle. And a spectacle isn't always bad. But my son, he used to let me video every single thing that he did. And then he grew up, and I think around like 3 or 4, he's like, okay, thank you, but I just want to eat. I appreciate it, okay? But I realized, like, oh, I guess I'm kind of like your paparazzi. I treat you like a little star because he is a star. But even stars get sick of people just constantly, always. So, yeah. But that's the life that we live in. That's the life that we live in. So when you are at home or when you're by yourself or when you're in your room, that's your opportunity to get a little crazy, to do some of the things that aren't socially accepted, but that you actually need to do. You don't have to go to a therapist if you don't want to. You are actually your best therapist. They'll even tell you that. You know yourself better than you do. A lot of times they just sit there, give you a safe space, and say, vent to me. I'll absorb this energy for you. And then, based on whatever these books have told me and my life experience, hopefully it's of some value or it's in some kind of relation to your life experience, I will then give you my opinion, or I will give you tools that you can use to make that better. But a lot of times they just be like, and how did that make you feel? And how did that make you feel? Okay, well, it looks like that's our time. The fuck? Bitch, this shit costs money. What the hell do you mean that's our time? I don't feel better. You ain't said shit that I haven't said. You're only saying the regurgitated things that I've already said to you. This isn't working for me. Because you need to talk to your fucking self. You may be a better therapist than the person that you're talking to. And I'm not giving medical advice. Okay? Because you can't prescribe yourself your own pills. But I guarantee you can start to look up natural things, because they used to do that before they created, psychiatrists and therapists and things. There are other natural things that you can implement, other routines that you can implement that will definitely add value to your life. Now that you can do. But anyway, and sometimes it's just easier to go and get that goddamn pill and then take that bitch, okay? Stop playing with it. What's this with this money, though? Ooh. That's nice. Okay, there's something that you're healing or you're no longer dealing with that is stick on your lap, look like a dick. Oh shit, let's go. I feel like you're a female. I feel like you're a female, but you're standing in your power. You're standing in this masculine energy, and something is happening here that is really good when it comes to your money. This is passive income. The Eight of Pentacles is in reverse. The Page of Swords is in reverse. You don't see this coming. That's always beautiful. Wheel of Fortune. This is like money coming into your life that you did not expect. But it is deliberate. It is intentional. It's either manifested or... What's the King of Wands? It's either manifested. Everything is manifested, but I'm getting something else off of here. I was going to say enforced, but that doesn't make sense if you don't know. Oh, yes it does. You're pissed. Okay, so for some of you, you're being awakened to some kind of grievance. Your third eye is awakened, and you're awakened to some kind of grievance, and you're standing on it. You don't give a fuck. Like, this could be the universe. I mean, the universe take advantage of us. That's why you have to take advantage of every opportunity the universe sends us, because everything is taking advantage of everybody. So there's something that you've noticed, and I don't know how specific, how real, or how imagined, or like, I don't know how deep it gets. You know what I'm saying? For some of you, this is like something that would be considered to be like a conspiracy theory. But for you, it's not a conspiracy. It's actually the truth. But you're just not supposed to see it. But you see it. You believe it. You standing on it. You standing on business. And they're going to have to pay the fuck up. They're going to have to do what they need to do. Because if not, you create a reckoning. You're like somebody here. Yeah, there's an escapee. You're an escapee, you're a refugee, you went rogue. This is not a game. This is not for fake. This is life. There are people who have escaped these entities and organizations, and you haven't just escaped, but you're like still operating in the power and authority that they gave you, but that was only supposed to be used for them. So now it's causing issues, and you're doing things, and they're like, oh shit, okay, then we're gonna have to... All right. So they're going to try to like pacify you. But really, it's just you getting what you're due. Because this is outside of justice. It is justice. It will balance the scales. But it does not really have a hold over you. It's not like, you know, when someone like pays you to be quiet, or, you know what I'm saying? It's not that type of energy. It's more so you will be less of a reckoning if you were completely and totally out of survival mode, because the survival mode is creating a different beast. It's a beast that they cannot tame and that they do not have control of, and that they can't predict, so they cannot plan for what you may possibly execute going forward. The King of Wands is really a very powerful energy in 3D, because when you rule the energy, you have power. You have control. Not that you ask for, just it's who you are. This is your life. In whatever situation, whatever job or circumstance this is, your energy is the most high. And people are benefiting from your energy. But you can go from, because the King of Wands is protective, a natural born leader, they're a visionary, an entrepreneur. They show honor, they receive honor naturally, they're magnetic and attractive. They're attracting, not just like physically attractive. So that person probably has the glow most of the time, but not just that. It's like they attract things into their lives, and the people who are connected to them attract things into their lives too. They're innovative, they're a natural creator. They're literally the step right before you get the manifestation, before the King of Pentacles gets the money or gets the job. They're in the King of Wands energy, which commands that type of reality. They're faithful, loyal, so they can be counted on, and they're inspiring. But if they get mad, all of that goes in the opposite direction. So as much of a light as they can be, they can turn all of that shit to darkness easily. But they're not doing that right now, but they could, because there's something that they found out. There's something that they know. That's why the stick is on their lap. That's why they're in. This is a female, but they're in this masculine energy, and that's why, because they have a lot of clarity. They're just not moving hasty, but they would ordinarily. The temperance energy, it causes that temperance in reverse. It causes a lot of imbalance, but this person is not giving in to this imbalance, reckless energy. They're turning this pain into power. They're self-healing. Okay. You were, that download almost took me out of here. You, that King of Wands, King of Wands and the Temperance. Your life, this world, the life that you were given, it gave you a lot of pain. It should have taken you out of here. But you being able to turn that pain into power, even the feminine energy, you're turning pain into beauty. Like you're transforming, transmuting. Temperance, you are transmuting very difficult or tense energies that can be destructive to a person internally, and then that would turn into destruction in reality because you would attract the energy that you're in. But you are transmuting. I mean, you're working. You're working. This is really passive income, but it's not really passive income. You're working. You worked for it. You already worked for it. Okay. So this is what you're due. Yeah, definitely. Something is working out for you because of all the work you've done. You're turning it into power. This world, whatever happened here, I don't know what the King of Wands is warfare. There was a war waged against you. Queen of Cups in reverse. There was a hate war. There was a hate war. Temperance in reverse. There's somebody hateful, spiteful. They got minions and demons too. They got people working for them, okay, to work against you. You're draining everything out of this person's cup. They're like giving you everything they got, and you're just transmuting it into power and authority and stability and ease. So it's creating a transformation. That's a whole lot of fire. You could be a fire sign. You probably are a fire sign. But these are hateful people, deceptive people, people who are controlled by their demons, by the things they can't let come out, or the things they're afraid of, or something. They're giving you fire. They're giving you fire, more fire, higher, higher. They are creating a beast out of you. They're sending you through a transformative energy that is turning you into... You are Beauty and the Beast. You're Beauty and the Beast. You're both. A dark empath. All right. Someone's stuck in the past. Someone's stuck in the past. They're trying to be mature and independent, but they're really bored because they've outgrown the past. They've outgrown this past level. They've outgrown this old way of doing things. Something just doesn't work anymore. Four of Swords in reverse. Yeah. Someone is done healing these old petty battles and caring about these fucked up ass situations. They're done healing, like, emotionally. They're done healing the same old fucking information. They don't give a fuck about none of that. Somebody has moved on mentally and emotionally. They have matured so much that the last thing for them to do is to walk it like they talk it. Oh, it's evening for you. It's still, what is it? It's still morning for us. Hi, oh, well, for me. Hi, Tim. Welcome. Luna Miller. Hi. And thanks for the likes, you guys. All right. I feel good. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, this person feels good. They knew that they would. Dun, 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 dun. This is a Scorpio, a Gemini, or an Aquarius. Oh my God, an Aquarius or a Libra. Okay, air signs, a lot of them. Getting out of their heads. Oh, you're in England. Nice. So, like a cup of tea. We're having a tea party. Come on in. I'll get you a biscuit. Okay. So, oh no, somebody's not enjoying this. All right, I spoke too fast. So, somebody is feeling good, and someone is healing, and someone is moving forward, but someone is experiencing discord, anxiety. They're feeling burnt out, they're losing faith, they're restless, stagnant, and exhausted. But these two people are going through pretty much the same exact situation here, or this is you and another person. What's their problem as opposed to you? What's going on with the Four of Swords in reverse? Why everybody ain't all right? I mean, just like all right. You ain't gotta be top of life, but why you ain't all right? Six of Swords in reverse. Ain't got no peace. Oh, well, they're doing that to themselves. Because there's a situation here that no longer is what it used to be, but both parties have peace. Peace is free. What are you talking about? Peace comes from God. It don't come from people. It don't come from people. That's why you probably feel more peaceful when you don't have a lot of people around you. Or at least you should. If you don't have more peace when you're alone, then you got demons that you need to fight on your own. That's the truth. So, yeah. Life, and even, oh, for content creators too. If you have more peace when you're live than you do in your life off camera, you have demons to slay. You have work to do. That's for somebody too. But yeah, life when you're alone, that's really the most peaceful it's going to be, because people come with their own decisions and their own thoughts and their own wavelengths. Even babies come into this world crying and feeling some different type of way. You feel like they already had enough of your tit. They just nursed for like an hour. I think we're done with it. They are telling you no, that is not true. You cannot put it away. Your body belongs to me. So it doesn't matter how old, how young, other people in your life, the more that you add in, and the older or the more experienced or the more opinionated they are, the more contrast there is. So peace really is equatable to solitude. Um, and if you don't have that, there's a problem. But it's not with the people, it's really with you. Something has to, you have to, your mindset needs to change. But anyway, this person does not have peace. And I think it's coming from not having peace and connections, or there's people here who are affected by whatever this is. There's other people who are affected by whatever this person does or doesn't do. So when they don't have peace, neither will you. Okay, so it has something to do with people, but it more so has to do with this person, because it's the Ace of Pentacles. Maybe somebody is experiencing like a loss of money, or they feel deficient in some way. Something isn't going right. Yeah, we have stinginess. Okay, they feel like they didn't plan right. They made some bad investments. The money isn't coming in like they want to. They aren't able to pay up the way that they want to, or to take care of the things that they need to. But you can add value and you can add mental stability, even if it's not just you. If it's just you, these are things that you need to do for yourself. It will take you out of this space where you're losing faith, where you're becoming pessimistic, and where you're attracting circumstances that you don't want, because you're anxious and you're ruminating on negativity. So you're just attracting more negativity. It's like saying, woe is me, my life sucks, nothing goes right for me. All right, well, all that day, it'll be woe is you, your life will suck, and nothing will go right for you. Now, if you decide to say, and to pay attention to, I don't care how small it is, I don't care if you just have to go and make your favorite cup of coffee and it's made perfectly, but that is evidence. This is physical, tangible evidence that you do attract what you want. You can create what you want. Life goes well for me. Things always work out for me, sometimes magically. Anyway, there's a change in that. Yeah, and somebody, okay, so we have dishonesty. Somebody may be saying these things. Okay, so somebody's doing affirmations and stuff. They're being fake and phony. That Page of Cups, they're doing affirmations and they're telling themselves these things, but you don't believe it. You have to start to do things in your life. Like, faith without works is dead. So you're going to lose your faith if you just keep saying these things, but you never do anything to back it up or make it real. You're giving your power away to what, something you don't even see or know. And even if it's God, like again, God told you, like that Bible is so you can help kind of get to know him a little bit. It don't give you all of it because man had too many hands on it, but it does give you a little awareness of like the inside of God's mind, what he's thinking when you can't hear him. But one thing's for sure is faith without works is dead. You have to do something. Okay, you have to back it up. You have to back it up. You have to make yourself believe it. You don't have to do it for anybody else, but you definitely have to make it believable for yourself. Okay, so somebody is they're saying things, but they're not getting the results that they want, and it could be because they're doing some things that are deceitful, or they're like being strategic and kind of crossing lines that they're probably not supposed to. They're doing shit they're not supposed to with this Seven of Swords. The card says dishonesty, lies, trickery, scheming, cheating, deceit, theft, strategic criminal activity. Okay, there are mob bosses. There are, I don't know about drug lords anymore. Oh yeah, well we still got other drugs, don't we? Is it just me, or do it seem like all the other war on drugs kind of calmed down, or you don't really hear it so much now that weed is legal? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But anyway, there are drug lords, there are mob bosses who have never really had any kind of conflict. They live very peaceful lives. Isn't that weird? They're not doing what they're supposed to do. You ever seen somebody that you feel like they're a horrible person? They never do. They don't blah, blah, blah. Everything that I was taught, they do it the opposite way. And yet they're living a life that you want to live. And you be like, well, why do they get, they don't deserve that? Because God's not judging them the way that you are. And obviously, whatever they've believed and that they have told themselves, they have like arranged something with the higher ups, okay, overhead, and somehow it's working out for them. And they have peace of mind and they continue to attract good circumstances. Meanwhile, you're losing your shit because you're comparing and trying to judge somebody, you know, for what they're living. And then you're going to fuck up your own shit. That's making me think, yeah. Mm-mm. Because someone's losing their house. They're losing their house because they're focused on somebody else and why they have what they need to take care of their home. And why are they always, so they're like, if somebody is like, has been digging themselves in this hole, coming up with all these different scenarios and all these lies, and I can't believe, and they're just infuriated, they're enraged. So everything that they're attracting is similar to the vibe that they're giving out. So everything is going wrong. And then it looks like this person who is not doing what they're supposed to do. Oh my God. I'm getting, you know what? Because I talked about this recently. And this is funny. It's like things that occur to me. I'm getting like updates on the table and readings. The girl who lived in a mansion, now it makes me want to go dig and see if this is really that particular situation and if this is what's happening right now, because that's crazy. But it's a girl, she's on YouTube, and she was in a mansion in Detroit, and there were neighbors that were being like interviewed for the news that was covering it, because she's back in the house. She found a way around it. You know, she's squatting in a mansion and getting away with it. So one of the neighbors is like, you know, I've worked my whole entire life, and this is wrong, and they shouldn't be able to do that. And I get it. But that scenario is kind of what I'm getting right here, where it would be like one of those neighbors being so upset and so angry, and they're reaching out to all of the social media platforms and all of the newscasters, and they're trying to like, you know, tear this person down and blast her everywhere in order for her to not succeed. Meanwhile, their house is falling apart. Meanwhile, they haven't paid their bills. Meanwhile, they're so upset that they end up getting sick and they couldn't even go to work. So now they don't have the money to pay for their bills. So now they're also mad that they're struggling to live in the house that's next door to the person is not working at all to live in the house that they're living. Like I'm telling you, you can be so consumed with other people's business that it will take what you are living right from up under you. Got to be more careful who you give your attention to. So, yeah. They're not having the same experience because they're missing out on every opportunity to. They're missing out on every opportunity to. They jump at every opportunity to be fake or phony, or to, like show out, to be toxic, never really enjoying or cultivating or working on or prioritizing situations that create peace and harmony and satisfaction. If you don't create none, you don't get none. You think you could just run around and try to fuck up other people's peace and shit on other people's lives and interrupt other people, celebrations and happy times? You think that you can just work on being a nuisance and a menace to people, particularly who aren't doing anything harmful to you, or they don't even have any bad intentions toward you? You think you can just keep running it up in their life and nothing's going to fucking happen to you? You're stupid if you think so, and you are definitely deceiving yourself. The Seven of Swords, you have deceived yourself. You're doing something intentionally and deliberately, and it ain't even your authenticity. You would attract a much better life if you would just be you. But whoever you're trying to be or whatever you are doing currently is not working for you. So it is fucking shit up. It is fucking shit up. Don't play a role. Play your own main character. Because that's who you are. You're born a star. So somebody takes that away from you, I say snatch it back. You don't need cameras to be a star. Everybody's eyes are cameras. Everybody's eye is a camera. You're always on. I don't even know. Do Spirit want me to pull on them some more? Because this person don't want no advice. They don't want no advice. They're not trying to fix this shit. They're not trying to fix this shit. They want to be fake and phony. They want to catfish people. They don't want to live the good life for real. They just keep getting into situations where they have the opportunity to, but they don't really want to live it for real. It's a joke to them. So then this is a joke. I'm not about to waste my breath on that. Yeah, no. It's a joke, then it's a joke. Lovers in reverse. Queen of Swords in reverse. Yeah, if it's a joke, then it's a joke. And if this is somebody that you're dealing with, see, letting go of this person and letting go of what the fuck they're on is what helps you to let go of the anxiety. You recover. Like, you could have got so attached to this situation, why somebody is behaving or operating in the energy that they are. You could be so worried. And you know what I'm saying? There are well-meaning people too who do the wrong thing too. So that person who's worried about that next door neighbor, they're getting angry about it, they're upset about it, that's not good for you. But you giving your attention, maybe well-meaning, you're looking at somebody and you're like, damn, we're in the same situation, or we just went through the same thing. Okay, like, I can kind of see where you're coming from, because I understand, I empathize with you, right? You both are in the Four of Swords energy, Four of Swords in reverse. So you just went through this process of having to heal or release or let go of something here, and life is peaceful for you. You're not going back to what you used to do, but this person is going right back in. So as well-meaning as you may be, trying to prioritize and care about whatever it is they're going through, that's not going to benefit you at all. You're going to end up taking up the same situation and plight that they're in. And if you feel like this person is worth sacrificing your peace, then okay, but you're both going to drown. Somebody's got to stay in the boat. Somebody got to do it. Somebody has to create a life raft. Somebody has to move through it. You can show them the way, you can lend them a hand, but if they don't get it, they don't understand, they don't want to understand, they're not trying to understand. Page of Cups in reverse. They keep catfishing, they're still fake and phony, they don't even accept their truth. Seven of Swords, they're deceiving themselves, they're deceiving you, and they're dishonest and deceiving everybody else that they're connected to. Six of Swords in reverse. They ain't got no fucking peace, they ain't creating no fucking peace, they don't even wish peace for you. Then what the fuck do you think you are going to be sacrificing for or to? You're going to sacrifice to the same devil that this person is selling their soul to live this fucked up ass situation or life that they're in. Because this is not how it has to be. You're evidence of that because you're not returning, but you could if you do. If you don't let go. And part of this is going to help you to let go of a whole lot of things. A whole lot of things. So this will give you clarity. This will help to release anxiety. It'll take you out of the Nine of Swords energy. If you've been overthinking, you won't be overthinking. You're going to feel a lot more free. King of Pentacles in reverse. This is like taking your hands off of something that's not your fucking business. Lost direction. No point in you looking in that direction at all. There is nothing there. It is a dead situation. It is a dead dynamic. It is of no benefit to you. And I'm getting too with the Four of Swords, both of you, like, you don't owe this person shit and they don't owe you. Even though they can't help you with anything currently, they can't even help themselves. You could actually lend them a hand, but it's not for you to, like, it's not your burden to carry is what I want to say. If lending them a hand is something that is well received and they're being authentic, then this is not your reading. It's not your reading. This is somebody who's dealing with someone where you guys are in the same situation and this person just don't listen to shit. They don't listen to shit. They're not learning from their own mistakes. Okay. So everybody, some people have to learn the hard way. Maybe you learn the hard way. Leave it at that. Yeah, lost direction and planning, lacks vision and motivation, delays, self-doubt, hindrances, and regret. That's for them, but you could get attached to it if you get attached to it. Because you have a new beginning, a fresh beginning. The full, fresh beginning, innocence, free spirit, adventurism, spontaneity, simplicity. You have the desire to start and you've done the work on your heart. You've done the work on your mind to be ready for this. You're ready to get it started. Rip you out the plastic. You're ready to act brand new. And a lot of the things that you want to do, you've already been pouring into. The Seven of Pentacles, you're going to have long-term success because you have already persevered. There's no reason that you wouldn't continue. You're already receiving some of the rewards of the things that you've done before, and there's more to come. You could be in your harvest season here. You could be a Leo and or a Taurus, a Leo and or a Taurus. I'm getting that, yeah, this is your harvest season. You've been planning for this. You've been putting the work in for this, and now it's time for you to reap your harvest. Getting results, patience, hard work paying off. I love this for you. This is a new beginning where you feel good, you feel happy, you feel free. And you know that you deserve this. You deserve this energy. You deserve this reality. You deserve the things that are coming to you, the good things that are happening for you. You did the work to get this. Don't sacrifice it for anybody and their toxic ass bullshit. I mean that. Authenticity or nothing. Don't bring me no fucking confusion. Don't bring me no goddamn illusions. Don't try to trigger me. Don't try to disturb my peace or I will fucking end you. The Queen of Swords is in reverse, not in the upright. The Queen of Swords in the upright can be a bitch in your life, but the Queen of Swords in reverse, they don't even say anything. They just shoot first. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. I don't care who you are. The lovers, family, friend, mother, father, I don't give a fuck. No bullshit. The devil in reverse. They're not having it. They're not taking it. This is very solid, especially if it's a Taurus. This is like an ascension. They're like carrying their crown. This is a Taurus that's sitting on their throne. The Hierophant and the Ten of Wands, they're accepting the burden of their throne, what that means, how it could affect other relationships who used to have a hold on them with the chains, with the devil energy, break every chain. Somebody is breaking every chain. The Hierophant, this person is very spiritually in tune. They have a spiritual seat. They have a spiritual role. They're done with the transformation process. They're out of their mind. They're out of their head. With the Eight of Swords in reverse, they're feeling productivity. They're feeling the release of the things that no longer serve them. Somebody wants to be a devil in their life. Well, then you're not serving me. You're not on my time. And when I'm on demon time, I'm the demon. I'm the devil. Not I'm the demon. I'm the devil. Okay? If I'm on demon time, I'm the devil, not a demon. I'm not working for you. It means that you're going to work for me. Why? Because this person has accepted their spiritual authority. They're always the Most High. So even if they find themselves in hell, I don't give a fuck what the hell is going on. It's still going to go their way because their way would be the Most High's way. And somebody did the work for that. They did the work for that. I mean, they worked hard for that. Productivity, release. So again, releasing the thoughts that no longer serve you, releasing the people that create chains around you, control, regaining awareness of how you have given control over to other people in your life that have not paid for it. 12 on the clock. Chain around my neck costs an arm and a leg. You know what they say? You can't see it because it's too small, but it say mama. Only person that got a chain around my neck is my son, and he paid for it. Um, because he loves me. If that baby come right in here right now in the right energy and told me to end my reading, I would end it. And even when I see people in our everyday life, I'll go easy on them because that's the chain my son puts around me. I can go wild beast mode. But certain people he chooses to protect. And I honor that. This Taurus here. Oh, my son's a Taurus too. I just be excited when I can see. Because these transformations, these kids be going through it too. If you're going through it, know that your child is too. They were born here already the advanced, like, evolved version of you. But most people don't think so, and then they're not looking for it because, oh, they're just a kid, and, you know, it's my job to teach them and all of this. Yeah, I know. But everything that you have come to be, what you were when you conceived that baby, that other person that you were connected with, who they were when you conceived that baby, all of those things are in that child. Not like where you started. It's the evolved. You were an evolved version of your parents. Some of them slowed down enough to see. Others of them did not. But you already are your parents evolved. It's in your DNA. It's already there. So they're learning and transforming right with you. You think you schooling them whole time. Y'all both in school. But anyway, I digress. But like this Taurus energy, I love just, you know, I can follow his transformation processes too when I see it. But anyway, it says you're regaining awareness. Okay, this is your freedom. So you're having an exodus. There was a connection here with someone that you really love, but the love created chains. It created chains that were confining. So someone's love could be more suppressive or oppressive or controlling or dominating, or they may just be in like survival or like survival mode, scarcity mode or something like that. So there's like this desire to hold on to. That's the devil energy. The devil energy is very grounded. It has to hold on to everything. It has to dominate and control. Okay, and it's like constantly though in that kind of energy, that kind of tense rigidity. That's the word, rigidity. Okay, it's like all this fire element. So when there is no peace, when that person is just that kind of tense, that connection does not work. And it would be better, you would be better off exerting your independence from that connection than you would be being suppressed by it. Like, this is in somebody's life, this may not even be a person that they're not going to deal with or not going to talk to. It just means that they would be a better person with this person. They would even feel free to talk to this person, excuse me, if they were to step into their authenticity and independence. Okay, like to rock their own crown. The Hierophant and the devil, as far as levels on the ground, they're the same. But when this person is operating in this energy with this devil, they feel like chained. Okay, you see the lovers, these are connections. You are unified, but you aren't chained to one another. That's healthy love. But when it becomes this kind of toxic love or this controlling type of love or dominating type of love, then that's when we get the devil energy. It's because it's love, but it's the fear of love, really. It's the fear of the absence of love or the fear of the loss of love. And that creates the chain. That is not healthy. And you guys are supposed to be in energy and in love is supposed to be equal. But that's not equal when it's the devil. It's dominating. Okay, so somebody's breaking that chain. It doesn't mean they're breaking their connection, but if they were to accept the connection in this way, it would change who they are. It would change how they behave. It would let go of their authenticity, and someone doesn't want to. They rock their own crown and they like that. They're not a minion. They're not a fucking minion. They're not a fucking slave. They're not they don't work for you. Like, that's how they feel. You know, they don't work for you. They're not a fucking slave, and they don't even really feel super subordinate even if they respect you. They feel like they deserve respect too. So they're going to move into their own energy and rock their own crown, even though that means that they're going to have to carry certain burdens on their own. They're willing to do that. So that could be someone that's just breaking a soul contract. You want too much from me. You're taking too much from me. This is a soulful union or a soulful connection, but if you fall into fear and you start draining and pulling me and trying to drag me down into whatever the fuck you're feeling and thinking, I'm going to have to let you go. Okay? I'm going to have to let you go. I'm going to trust that you're going to float back up to the top just like everybody does when you let go of whatever that is that you're holding on to. That because that devil has too much of a hold over you. And now you're having a hold on me and you're trying to drag me down, and I'm not going down with you. I'm going to stay right here in my authenticity, and when you come back, I'll be ready for you. The Hierophant and the Ten of Wands. Yeah, somebody, this is your burden to bear, and you got to do this. Somebody has, maybe they got work to do. They got work to do. They got a job to do. They got a whole situation they need to work through, something they got to fix. Then deal with it. But I feel like this person is going to let you go while you deal with it, because that's not their role. That's not their life. There is no value for them. It is considered to be a sacrifice. It is them sacrificing for the sake of you. And it's not helpful to you, and it's not helpful to them either. So they're getting out of that. They're carrying their own burden. You carry your own burden because your burden way bigger than mine. That's how somebody is feeling here. Yeah, illusion. Somebody was thinking like something was all sweet and it was working for them and working, but what they thought that you needed from them is not what you need from them, and they were taking way more from you. So that was not, somebody signed a contract they didn't mean to, and they're getting out of it. Yes, they're saying no. It could be a Pisces. They were under some kind of illusion. They weren't listening to their intuition, or their intuition was only telling them what they should be afraid of, so they were operating out of fear. It's a subconscious anxiety. So someone could have felt as if they were in a soul contract that they did not have safety from. They were seeking safety, seeking security. Okay, they were looking to be covered. They thought that they were in some kind of situation that where things were not going to go the way they wanted it to go, unless they had someone else that would help them to control or dominate the situation. This is spell work. It was a fucking illusion. So that's going back. I don't know who the fuck sent it, but somebody else is going to be dealing with that. Expect your demons right back to you, because somebody is getting rid of it. That is not their truth. They don't need you. You need them more than they need you. And what you need from them, you're taking goddamn too much. You can't have my soul. You can't take my soul. And you won't drag me to hell with you if that's where the fuck you want to go. So somebody is releasing someone to do what they have to do. Somebody has work to do. That's why we be in hell, because we got work to do. You got to fix it. You got to make it better. But you can certainly be in hell and be in your power. You can certainly be in hell and be a source of, you know, light and comfort to those who don't know how to do what you do. And I feel like this is what this person is choosing to do. They're choosing to be a light. They're choosing to be roadmap. They're choosing to be of help or assistance, but they can't be help or they can't be assistance, even if this is just somebody that you have a connection with and you like to, I don't know, stop and have your lunch break with them. Well, if you're dragging them down with you the whole day that you're at work, they're not cooking you no lunch. They're not even feeling like talking to you by the time you call them. They're exhausted with you and everything that you've been through, because they've been like an unwilling party on your journey. So somebody is cutting that tie, and then they can pick up the phone and FaceTime and, hey boo, and be excited with you. Yeah, okay, I don't know. Somebody could be a housewife. They don't want to go to work with you. Your job is stressful. And it makes them feel like their life is stressful, and it makes them feel like something is going on in their home that they need to worry about. None of that shit is true. The devil in reverse, yeah. Sometimes you can have a addiction to chaos. It's like what you grow up in, it's what you believe in. And there's always something that you have to fix. There's always something that you have to heal. There's always something that you have to deal with. But there is also the time period where you deal with it and you're done. So you may have a connection, or there was a relationship in your life. For some of you, you may have been married to this person. The Lovers, Gemini energy, the Eight of Swords, yeah, Gemini, the Hierophant, a Taurus, the Devil, a Capricorn. Some of you may have been married to this person, or you had a connection with this person, and their problems become your problems. Their issues become your issues. You don't have to carry their burden if y'all not together no more. You don't have to carry their burden, even if this is unjustified. This is the justice card. Y'all not like legally separated, but the devil is in reverse. Sorry. But whatever happened in this situation, the soul contract is over, honey. You have to carry your own burdens, and I'm going to carry my own. And I don't care if your crown is gone. Mine isn't. I'm going to rock mine. I don't know what you're doing, because this is two devils. So both of you, you're free. Both of you are free. Neither one of you are carrying the burdens of the other. At least you're not supposed to. If you are, you have work to do. You have work to do. That's conditioning. Yeah, it says you have the power to release, freedom, detachment, but you have to reclaim that power. You have to claim that power. It's not just given to you. You have to stand in it. You have to move in it. You have to operate in it. You have to accept it. You have to take justice into your own hands. That's really what you're doing. And part of that does have to do with detaching from those emotions that aren't good for you. Becoming overly attached, or too, like, being codependent with this Eight of Swords, codependent on someone else. The insecurity, the fear that you can't make it without them. I'm not saying that you don't want to be with them. You do, and you should. But that person can't just own you like that, or drag you like that, because that's what they're doing. It's like putting a leash around you and then dragging you to work with them every day. You know what happens if my son decides that he wants to go to school? I'm taking my chain off. I don't have to be mama when you're in school. Boy, bye. You're not gonna drag me to school all day. I did that. I went to jail. I served my time. I served my 8 hours, 5 days a week, and then I even did extra when I went to college. Okay, I served my time. That's it. That's for you. Y'all don't have to go to jail. You do. So no, you're not gonna chain me, and I gotta be mama while you're out the house. Okay, not happening. And if this is your situation, or this is your mate, and you may have a lot of appreciation for the fact that this person, allows you to stay at home, or you get to be a stay-at-home wife, and this person is paying all the bills or taking care of you and all of that. And that's wonderful. That is beautiful. But you are still a free soul. You are still a free soul. Do you have to carry your responsibilities? Absolutely. If you want that man or that woman to treat you like the king or the queen that they're crowning you as. However, all of that dragging you to work while they're pissed off and while they're angry, no, I can't create a home of solitude for you when you take my soul with you every day. There is no smile. There is no happiness at the end of the day for somebody who is not slaying their demons and just dragging you with them in order to suck your energy, or to use your life force to get through what it is that they're doing. There is no appreciation for that. There is no dinner on the table for that. There is no clean, beautiful, warm home or environment for you to come home to. And for some of you, it's the other way around. You could hit the pavement and work hard all goddamn day. It used to feel so good to you. And that female is not allowing you to. They're holding on to your soul, taking it wherever they go in their minds, while they're sitting around with nothing to do, being miserable, gossiping and talking about negativity all goddamn day, and watching negative shit on TV, and worried and riddled with fears, and constantly paranoid that something's going wrong. And so that's kind of how you are while you're out there. You're paranoid. You think you don't have enough. Oh, they don't have enough. They can't pay me, or I can't get this, or I can't do that. And you can't even do the things that you typically do. So when you come home, no, I don't care how much they've done. Maybe they had your soul, so they didn't cook, they didn't clean. The whole house is beautiful and they're looking wonderful, but you don't even give a shit. That they have dragged you all day long, keeping you from feeling good and free to do the things you need to do to provide the environment for them that they're living. So that's great that you spend $100 on whatever outfit you're showing me, but I don't give a fuck. I just lost $100 today because I couldn't even keep my head on straight. Fuck you. Like, yeah. So these are soul contracts that are operating that are like not beneficial. True soul connections, all right, they're mutually beneficial for both. So contracts usually are done behind the scenes, covertly. They're used to control and dominate. That always means that the master lives better than the slave, that the master gets more than the slave. It's not equal. It's not balanced. It's a lot of Leo Taurus energy coming out, but I have the Six of Wands in reverse, and I have um, the Five of Pentacles in reverse again. So there's something here that felt like you couldn't do. You tried to be successful with it. It feels like it did not go through. It didn't happen. You also feel like all of the work that you did, there was no recognition, no reward. You know, this could have been very difficult. It's like a lot of investment or a lot of time and energy put into something that eventually you just had to let go of, but it may have even been hard to do that. How do you pull back from something that you poured so much of yourself into? That could be difficult. It is difficult to do. It's difficult to pull back, detach, turn around and do something different than what you've done before. But either way, you're gonna fall. So you can take the fall gracefully or you can take it haphazardly. Conceit, being conceited, thinking that this is not going to benefit you and you don't deserve this and all of this, that would be the undoing. Accepting the disappointment and holding on to your confidence that even though it didn't happen in this direction or this did not succeed, it doesn't make you a failure. It just means you are at the wrong doorstep. I learned this. I love this. This energy, come on now. Give it up for the Jehovah's Witnesses. I know y'all can't stand them. I love my people. They still my people, even though I don't fuck with them. But I love them because the people themselves. I love the people themselves. They are so well-meaning. And it's a beautiful thing because going door to door, that's literally what we're taught. But the Bible teaches you that anyway. It's just that I use them because they literally be doing it. There's not... The Mormons be on their bikes and they go around, but they go around in like... It's certain months that they'll do it. Jehovah's Witnesses literally every fucking day. They're in somebody's neighborhood knocking on somebody's door. And the Bible taught us that. And we would read that scripture before we went out. But it would tell you, like, if you're not welcome at one doorstep, you just dust that dust off your shoes and you move on to the next one. Like, that's it. So whatever this is here, that's what you need to implement. That's what this is like. It's like one door. You stood there too long. You know how many times that we've knocked or rang the bell and they just like peek out the window and look at us, but we're like, are you coming? Are you not coming? And they try to hide. And then you hear them rattle in the door. So we're just standing there waiting. Just move the fuck on. Who cares? Sometimes you'll ask if you can read a scripture and they'll be like, yeah, but they don't want to open the door so you can read it through the door. And then sometimes you ask them a question and they'll respond or they're not responding. They're wasting your fucking time. Move on to the next door, because a lot of times that next door is the person that's going to invite you in. They're going to give you a cup of tea. They're going to give you a nice coffee or whatever, and they're going to be happy, and they've been praying for somebody like you and they wanted to read their Bible more, and do you have a free Bible, and they're so happy and they're so excited, and the next thing you know, they're your brother or your sister and they're at the meetings every day and all of that. It becomes family for you. But you just waste your time still looking at the person that never came through. The person that never came to the door. They were just wasting your time and playing games. But are you just gonna give up? Jehovah's Witnesses don't give up. Y'all be talking about them, but they more gangster than a whole lot of these people out here. I don't know who been talking about Jehovah's Witnesses, but you better quit talking about my people because I love them. I can only talk about them because I used to be one. But yeah, don't talk about my people because I'm telling you, they don't give a fuck. You think they're gonna pack it up and be like, "Oh, we're done. We're done." No, they don't care. Man came out his house shooting a gun in the air. Do you think that we're children? Do you think our parents was like, "Oh, pack it up. We're done for the day"? No, we'll just go around the block. We'll just go to the next block over. No problem. We're doing God's work. We don't give a fuck about this person shooting guns in the air. What the fuck does that mean? My God will literally strike lightning down on your head and take you out before you even skim a hair on any of his people's head. The fuck? Nobody cares. So literally, whatever this situation is, I don't care how much you put into it. You're just going to keep putting more into it, even if you're mad. You just have to move on to the next doorstep. But everything that you did here, well, it's the Six of Wands. So it would have been successful, but you probably just didn't have cooperative people. Okay, you had people that were shitting on you, hating on you, playing games with you, you know what I'm saying, working behind your back, or all this shoddy ass attacks and all this shit, trying to knock you off your high horse or whatever, because they don't got one. They tired of being on the ground, so they want to steal your horse and get on it. Okay, no. Be thankful that you learn all these lessons and then take those lessons to the next door, and it's probably going to be like a slam dunk because it's so easy. You've already done the work. Just be grateful for the experience. And the reason I say that is because that's what's next. Recovery from financial loss. So whatever money you lost or whatever didn't go right because of this investment, or because you're trying to, you know, help somebody else out or work with someone who really wasn't working with you. They trying to play fucking games. I could drill it in, but I hear spirit telling me to come back because my spidey senses is rising up. It's time for me to stop. I'm about to get off of here, y'all. This is all I got. But my spidey senses are starting to rise, and it's starting to get specific, and I'm starting to zero in on people on my life. And I red room, thought a nigga said something, but excuse me. No, you may have lost some money, or you may have had something delayed, or something didn't go the way that you wanted it to because you were overly invested in a situation that was not going to be successful for you. So you got your peace, you're maintaining your peace, and this is bringing you into this energy. It's the Six of Swords. You learned a lesson and you're moving forward to recovery from financial loss. This is also a period or a space of time where those things, those people, even this situation, if it's like I was telling you, I'm starting to get some spidey senses going up, and I'm like, maybe it'll be my horns instead of peace. Okay, I don't know which one. Sometimes they look the same, but I was zeroing in on somebody. Nothing you do will go right till you do right by me. Okay, I was feeling some kind of master out there doing some shit they wasn't supposed to, but I had to back it up. I got to bag it up. And so if that's you and this situation is still tender, just back it up a little bit, fall back, and you're getting ready to move into that energy where forgiveness just comes naturally to you. You literally don't give a fuck. Because you are triumphing. This is where you rise. This is your, it's your victory. It's another word. I got a word on my wall in the bedroom. I can't even think of it right now. It's not victory. It's something else. But anyway, it's your victory. This card says triumph. And it was an adversity. It was a difficulty. But this is creating positive changes for you. That's what comes next. So, you know, don't fuck it up. Don't fuck your money up. Don't fuck your happiness up. Don't fuck your... You know, when you forgive, it's not about the other person. It's just... I don't give a fuck. I just want to live. You just be so happy. And they can be happy too, and they can live too, or they can be mad that you get to do that, and they got to feel bad because they know they was wrong. I don't know, but that would be their karma, not yours. So the most that you can do for yourself, because sometimes people literally just don't want you to be happy. They just don't want you to be happy. They just don't want you to have peace. They don't want to see you survive and thrive. They just don't want to. There are people like that. So the worst thing that you can do for them, if you really think that they deserve it, is do it anyway. Be happy anyway. Fly anyway. I'm telling you, it'll pay. They might put themselves in their own grave. You don't have to do a goddamn thing. You don't have to be the revenge. Best revenge is your paper. Who said that? Beyonce? You know she be flicking off her haters in her songs. I love it so much. That 7-Eleven, I don't give a fuck. Look at my life. I love my life. Fuck you people. You're just mad. Yes, so. And people hate that. They hate when you're so happy and they did everything they could to try to cloud your joy, to give you emotional disappointments, to block your creativity. Some of them did everything they could to end a relationship. For a Scorpio, a Cancer, or a Pisces, they tried to end your relationship. They tried to block your creativity. They tried to throw you into some darkness, some spell of gloominess and distress. And guess what? You emerge out of all of it. You emerge out of all of it. As a matter of fact, the Knight of Pentacles is the most trustworthy, consistent, practical person. That's what they developed. That's what they created in you. Someone who would do the shit that they probably ain't even doing. That's how, like, on top of your shit that you have become. Whatever this is that you went through emotionally, this emotional burden or this warfare, it has turned you into a beast. See, this is what these people who are attacking you, there's something that they saw in you that they didn't see in themselves, but they convinced themselves they couldn't have that. They couldn't do that. And how dare you think you can? And it must mean that you aren't all the things that I am. And then you became everything that they are, plus everything that you are. You think they don't have to feel that shit? You're already getting karma. They're just hiding it, the Hermit. They're just hiding it. But that's okay. That's the spiritual way to heal. That's the spiritual way to deal with your own feelings. Actually, it's commendable. They should be doing self-reflection. These are people who were too fucking focused on you to see themselves. They couldn't see themselves or nothing. My God will cut your fucking finger off. I don't point my finger at people unless my God told me to. Because my God will take your fucking finger off. Oh, something going really bad for a Virgo here. They picked the wrong one. This is the one that wanted to tear you down off of a high horse. They were trying to attack you intentionally and deliberately. And I don't even feel like they were doing it for themselves. They were serving somebody else. The object of their affection, somebody that they have emotions for, but it might be transactional. Like they do for them, they do, like, I don't know. Anyway, it's emotional, but it's emotionally temperamental, or with the Hermit, it could be hidden, it's secret or something like that. But this person was like really trying to create a different life for this person, but they were trying to do it through spell work by attacking you. So they became emotionally connected and evolved in a situation that had nothing to do with them, because they were trying to take you off of your high horse and then, I guess, take that energy, take those abilities. This is like a destiny swap, but it's like somebody else was doing this for someone else. Like, okay, that's weird. But anyway, they were trying to make something successful for somebody else by stealing from you or taking from you, and they justified it to themselves of how they could do this. This is emotional manipulation. They're crossing lines and boundaries in the astral realm. They don't know the kind of reckoning that God got for them. What the fuck do you think you're doing? You think you're going to sacrifice? You thought you were going to sacrifice God's own child? Oh, okay. How do you think that the life went for those, I keep talking about them Sadducees, Pharisees, them hypocrites. How you think they was feeling when Jesus came back? Because he is who the fuck he said he is. Just dumb. This shit is stupid. This is stupid. This is stupid. Oh, it's a masculine here. Okay. I thought this was a feminine that they were trying to do a destiny swap. This was like a masculine that was serving a feminine or trying to operate for a feminine in order to exact some kind of revenge on a masculine, take them off their high horse and give them their destiny. Yeah, no, it was never going to happen. Okay, there could be a Scorpio here achieving peace, forgiveness, recovery, acceptance. Their hope and happiness is returning to them, and that's enough. Whoever this person is, they don't even want to be seen. They're just in this resistance energy. It's like you really don't know what to expect from them. I would steer clear of them. It's passive, aggressive. It's giving, I don't know why I just heard Fortnite. That's ghost. Oh, they're still a ghost. Ooh, but they're a holy ghost. It's the Knight of Wands twice. Sagittarius energy here. And another hangman. Ooh, it's an eye for an eye. It's a life for a life. There's another sacrifice. Somebody thought they were going to sacrifice you and they sacrificed themselves. There was never going to be a sacrifice, but if you come for me, I will hit you with the goddamn sword of justice, truth, and liberty. Watch out, little bitch. And this was somebody that was trying to, like, I don't know. They're supposed to be a family member, a friend, a lover. It's supposed to be some kind of loyalty or, you know, like a partnership. Y'all supposed to be working together. Choices made to assist one another. This was supposed to be balanced, but somebody really fucked it up, and then the illusion got fucked up. So somebody could see what was really going on behind the scenes. Somebody's eyes got open. That clarity, somebody's eyes got open. Somebody roared like a lion. Like, I mean, it's just like, it's like when you break free, break every chain. That's when you have been moving and operating in an illusion that people are creating for you, and you got to be careful about these really, really, really close-knit families because they operate like covens, and they're all seancing, and they're all ruminating, and they're all, what do you call it, conjuring, and they're all doing the same rituals, and they're all making the same sacrifices and drinking out of the same cup. It is a fucking nightmare if you are to wake up to it, because you like, what in the fuck is going on? The shit that they be trying to tell us be going on behind the scenes that these people, and they know not what they do, which is why you can't really lash out at them. You can't really cut their heads off or nothing like that, but you gotta do the work energetically. You gotta do the work mentally, or you will lose your fucking sanity. So like I said, it's an eye for a fucking eye. It's a tooth for a fucking tooth. It's a life for a fucking life. You try to sacrifice me and mine, it will be you and yours every goddamn time. Every motherfucking time. Ten of Swords. There is no end to this, because whoever these people are, you're probably going to continue to deal with them. It's the Lovers and the Upright, so I think you kind of like them. There's love, there's partnership usually, there's harmony, there's unity, there's value. Soulmate, you know, you guys make choices, they work for each other, and when everything aligns and everybody's on a divine timeline, it's like magic. It's almost like you're made for each other, right? But once you cut through the illusions, it is time to do the work. And the first thing you got to do is speak that raw, honest, cutthroat truth. Not just to anybody else. It really ain't about them. But it's about doing it for yourself. Telling yourself. Yeah, talking to yourself. Telling yourself the truth. Okay? And so in that way, things will play out the way that they're supposed to. Somebody is, you know, having a sacrifice. They know why. They've already sacrificed. They own the stake. They're either carrying the stake, own the stake, or they just ended it. You know, they just let that ego go. But they're seeking redemption. They know why. There's perseverance, forgiveness. They're trying to rise above their problems. Likely there will be an improvement in this situation. There's healing and recovery and all of that. But it's because, you know, y'all thought a nigga was dead, or y'all tried to take somebody out. Y'all tried to eliminate this person. You got to stop. You may have done it to somebody, but you can't do it to everybody. That's what you got to know. I don't know, but every person who moves or operates in some kind of negative or dark energy, you might get one, but you won't ever get the one. And somebody has a the one in their life. Somebody has a the one in their life. And it's not just anyone. It's like the one that you motherfuckers prayed for and asked for. It's the one you wanted to be. because they learned the lessons and they made the changes and they made the sacrifices to become the version of themselves that you want to be. So all of this really got to do with envy and jealousy. It's just ugliness. So yes, there will be repentance. You will repent of your sins, you fucking sinners. Because that's what the fuck these people was doing to you. They were literally like pointing at you. Oh, look at this and look at that. Blah, blah, blah. What the fuck you think is happening to you, motherfucker? Keep on raining down your judgment. Look at here. I gotta close this out. I'm done. But I'm just having so many realizations when I just set myself free and let God really speak for me. But like, there are a lot of tarot readers. This is not no joke. It's not no joke. But I would suggest that you already be dealing with excess energy before you just decide to pick up a channel and table and start inviting the energy into your life. You have to already have lived the life of an empath to embrace the path of the dark empath. It ain't no fucking joke. So there's a lot of people who start and they're doing tarot or they do readings and all of that, and then there's some bad shit that be happening to them, or you see them just kind of disappear, or they be on YouTube and they're talking about, oh my God, I lost my house and they're after me and we live on the corner because I can't get a place anywhere and all that. Yeah, no. Okay, see, you weren't working for God, honey. You were working for devils and you were letting all other kind of devils come in. God comes with protection. God comes with protection. And there is no devil that can rise up against your God. So the other part of that is those soul contracts, not knowing when to cut the cord, not knowing when to detach. And it's also getting your hands in something that there is a war for, and you're not prepared for that war. So some people stay and some people go, but I think it has a lot to do. It has so much to do with your truth. Whatever your truth is, whatever your authenticity is, it's either for you or it's not for you. Because either it works for you or it doesn't. If it's not working for you, it ain't for you. And that's why they're running. And that's why they're scared. My son back there laughing. Whew. Because some people were born free. They never had to break any shackles. They've never had to break any chains. The chains that they chose them willingly. And every time you open a portal energetically, you're inviting things in. But if you've never had to deal with that before, why would you let it in? Why would you let it in? Actually, you know, I would say like readers, it's a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing and a curse. It's like, it's a job, it's work. Somebody got to do it. Somebody got to do it. So your life conditioned you to be the type of person where not only do you have to, you need to. It works for you. It works for you. It works for other people. It's a great time. But some people are trying this or doing this and they don't even know what they're really asking for real. All right. It was something else I was going to say, but Spirit took it away. So I'm done now. I don't want to get too in my mind. I also want to close this portal and all of this energy. I just want to bring it back into a place of peace before I release it. Let's see here. Ooh, look at me. That was 2 hours, y'all. I still got more energy, too. I could keep going. Because every time I was giving that energy out, it was coming right back. I love when the readings are give and take like that. Let's do one more. My son is back there. I don't know what he's doing. He just yelling and woohoo! He having fun. So I am too. Fuck it. Fuck it, y'all. Let's do one more. You know what I want to know? Let's do a singles read. Who's single? Anybody single? Anybody single? Let's do a single reading. Oh yeah, I did my work. Now I feel like having fun. That's why I was getting tired. Oh my god, it was so much work to do at this table, y'all. I could not really break free and have fun because it was not fun for me. I had to do it, not because I was chained to it, but because somebody got to do it. Somebody got to do it. Somebody got to do it. We all can't just be going through it and don't nobody get to it. And then you need somebody to specifically get to it for you. So I tried like relaxing and watching other readers and letting them do it. But then when they wasn't hitting and it was like, yeah, nobody's getting my energy. Nobody's reading my story. Nobody knows what's going on. What am I supposed to do? If you don't get your motherfucking ass to that table and get to doing them goddamn readings for yourself, what the fuck you mean? Who's gonna do it? You're gonna do it. Hello? It's like Spirit was just slapping me. I was like, oh, so I'm here. But I like that. I don't mind at all. Cause it was worth it. Alright, let's go. There's somebody in your life, they just lay dormant in your energy. I spoke about them before, but I don't remember what I said specifically. But there's somebody in your life, energetically, they just like kind of linger and stay with you. They're like dormant in your energy, and they like love you or care about you, and they tickle you or they try to remind you of that randomly. And it probably, I'm getting like it pisses you off, but I'm assuming this person is interested in you romantically. So I'm going to ask for that energy to come out first, because I don't know, but I'm tired of these ghosts and these love bombers and these secret admirers and all of this like warm, cozy energy, but it's coming from outside. It's like, if you're not coming from the Most High, from my God, and you know it ain't from God if it come through with a little lusty. No, that's these people, that's these men, that's these masters, that's these devils out here. So I be like, yeah, let me see. Let me see. I don't know about this, you know? I ain't trying to fight against anything. I'm assuming you got in here because you're supposed to, but what is this? Okay, so yeah, definitely somebody who plays games with you. But there is a new game, and you haven't decided to play it yet. So this is somebody that you had a little tussle with before, and nothing's going on right now. For my singles, Miss Peacock, nothing's going on right now. You shooting your shit. You talking your shit. You standing on business. Miss Peacock is like the Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. Ooh. Man, okay, see, you like pressure. You're pressure. Ooh, you're good to look at. They even like how you talk, but that mouth, ooh, watch out. It's a little sharp. That tongue is a little sharp. Ooh, that sword is a little sharp. They a little scared of you or intimidated a little bit. And that could be because you could be a sore loser too. They don't really like to play games with you, because if you get got, or if you get caught, or if you lose, the kind of reckoning that you have on them, or the way that you know, the way you in that game, like you won, that you would break that fucking stick in half, is how they feel. Okay, but oh, we got candlestick in reverse too. Yeah, you went completely ice cold on this person. Okay, so you might be dealing with a Scorpio, because I just heard she goes Sub-Zero, I go Scorpion today. What song is that? I don't know. But you're triggering somebody. It's a masculine. They're trying to play this game with you, but you are triggering the fuck out of them, because you used to have a soft spot for them. You had this candle burning. You done already blew it out, made your wish, and moved on like a bad bitch. Is how they feel. Savage. Okay. They played you. You didn't ask for the game. You didn't ask for the game. Why would the Queen of Swords ask for the game? The Queen of Swords don't play games. The Queen of Swords is more likely to be the fucking security than they are to be at the pool hall playing pool. That's the truth. You could also be a fire sign. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius with the candlestick energy. I'm also hearing Virgo. Okay, so I heard Virgo, Scorpio, a fire sign, or an air sign. All right, well, anyway, something about you didn't come to play a game. You weren't trying to play a game. You were being honest. You were being in your authenticity. You were being your truth. You assumed that this person was going to be honest and in their truth and, you know, full of integrity too. Duh. You wouldn't even approach them if they weren't, or you wouldn't even talk to them if they weren't. You wouldn't even look their way. Okay? But anyway, it was a game that they were playing, and you got pulled into the game or something like that, or they played you in some way. Okay, so yeah, no, you don't have a soft spot for that. That's not funny to you. And it looks like you aren't even curious anymore. So you used to be extremely curious, or you really wanted to know more about this person. Okay, so they're not getting your attention and you're not playing their games. Ooh. What they're doing in your energy is just trying to get evidence that this really is who you are, that you really know what you know, you can see what you see, and that you see them clearly. Boy, I ought to slap your mama. I'm just hearing that's a song. It's a song. It's a song. Don't nobody take it personal. Don't take the story if it don't fit. My guy been taking his, okay? Oh, some kind of sacrifice. Whew. All right. We're being lighthearted. We're having fun. Let it be fun, spirit. Let it be fun. Tell me more about this person they wanted to play games with a Queen of Swords. You crazy if you do. Bad bitch. Don't ever treat me like I'm average. Just like they just. Whoo. I don't know who the hell you dealing with, but you did not. Oh, I know why. Okay. I know why. Okay, so in receipts too. So there's something, okay, so Queen of Swords. I'm getting like a corporate, very professional, almost like you don't do anything wrong type of energy. Like you could do no wrong, right? But your inner, like that's your, I don't know, that could be how you look on the outside, but that's actually what this person is finding about you as they're in your energy, or getting evidence that you are like this truth, or you speak the truth, you really are who you say you are. Okay. In addition to that though, there's this whole nother, see, this is why they played this game with you, because I don't know if you were operating, maybe you were not operating completely in your truth. You could have been moving more in this energy. This energy is giving the snack, the lucky break, and receipts. It's giving like Cardi B or all of the Savage girls, okay? You know, my girl rappers. You a rap star. you give like Cardi B. You give like Nicki. You give like, what's her name? Megan Thee Stallion. Okay, you give Glorilla on a good day, on a nice day. But the energy is just like you slay. Not to mention that the Queen of Swords is also a slayer. So you definitely are like some kind of demon slayer. And this person, you know, the only people that play games with you are masters, devils. They pull the strings though. These are like masters, kings. They do big shit. They do big things. CEOs, presidents, okay? Them Freemasons running around. A lot of them are sexy. Why are Freemasons sexy? Probably fucked up in the head, because they're the ones that brainwashed me in the first place at the Kingdom Hall. The Jehovah's Witnesses. Our daddies, them 8 men, they Freemasons. They were so kind, though. They had the kindest hearts. I really did love the men on the governing body. But I was looking at them rings and things. Y'all got a whole lot of money. Why we gotta take a vow of poverty, motherfuckers? I used to wonder. Too nice. A little too nice. But anyway, I didn't believe it. Too nice. But yeah. That's who you are naturally. And then you slay in the inside and you slay on the outside. You slay in the astral realms and you can also slay like on the ground, period, just by showing up. So they're a little obsessed with you. They have a physical attraction and you have this sex appeal that they're very attracted to. Okay, so one or the other. Either maybe they didn't need to know about this part of you. They knew that you had that in you. Okay, somebody got stripper vibes. They know that about you, that you got a hidden pole in your house or you want to, or something like that. Lucky break, or did you dance for real? They know that. Lucky break. They also see you like a money maker or money magnet, or they see money when they look at you. You look like money. You feel like money. Somebody could feel rich. If you were the chick on their arm, they feel rich. So we have good fortune, good things coming. They just feel like that's who you are naturally. You just like, either this is someone who's been with you and they just feel like life always gets better when you're in it. They already know the money flow. When you're happy, when you're doing good, the money flow. Life gets good. Like, it's just a huge turning point in their life. And they got receipts. There's evidence. You're like a genie in a fucking bottle. Guilty as charged and being exposed. You bring the light. Okay, you're like that Pleasantville movie. I still haven't watched it. I kind of don't want to. But the gist of it was like two kids that were watching this black and white TV show from the past, and they end up in there, but they like brought all this color, and people were like, "Oh my god, like, what are you doing?" You know, it's like inner city going to the suburbs, and they're like, "Oh my god, we don't do that here. Oh my god, you're too black. You know, we're mostly white out here. You gotta conform." And stuff like that. And so it's a little bit much, but you're like one of those. Anyway, I think that they thought you were like one or the other, and they took advantage or played games with whichever one they thought you were. The evidence, though, because you got receipts on both. This person, the reason they haven't started a new game with you, this is someone in your energy, but the reason that they have not, thank you. Hi, Pablo. You said you are on point and you're reading in mood and you're smiling. I see you. I appreciate your good energy. Thank you so much. But this, they haven't played another game, so they're in your energy or whatever. But they're just collecting evidence. Like, oh my god, they're like, okay, so see this guy, whoever this man is, I don't know, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. They don't have to be, but there's something earthy. I told you, like a devil energy. They like to get to the money. They like the money, the cars, you know. They're probably pretty simple too. Simple, down to earth, but they love that money. And they like to chill. Like a real nigga. That's kind of what it feels like. And they don't have to be black either. I would still call them a real nigga, like, even if they were like white and, I don't know, white collar. But yeah, they're that type of person. Ric Flair drip, like that type of energy. Like, it don't matter, you know. Or yeah, the guy around the corner. Like, it's like that type of vibe. But anyway, I lost what I was trying to say. Something about, they know how to play games and run game on either or, but they never really ran a game. They've never this person just, every chick you get with is a heist. What are you trying to steal, or what are you trying to get? Oh, they want to steal your heart. Okay, and they want to keep it. Okay, this person, not for a little, they there for a long time, not a short time or a good time. They there for a long time. They gonna have fun while they do it, but they be invested for real. The thing is, though, they don't know what move to make, because you literally are like both. You're the best of both worlds that they've seen, that they've encountered. Okay, so, and they got receipts, they got evidence on you in both realities. Like, it don't matter what they do. It don't matter if, so this is somebody, the shoes that they're wearing right now, if they were like, they may have somewhere to stay, they have a car, they got a job or they make money, but they're just content, kind of just making it, you know, maybe check to check, maybe with a little extra or a little more room for lax or something like that. Like if they were to stay there, you are the best of that world that they could have, and they can only see it getting better, and they have receipts on that. Either it's already happened, they see you like a lucky charm. When you're in their life or they're in your life or the energy is right, life goes that way. Okay. The other side of it is that they decide to climb, so to speak, climb a corporate ladder, start their own business, become an entrepreneur, become a CEO. If they decide to go for a big goal, right? You're like the one that would dot the I's, cross the T's. You would be the person that would, like, you got that kind of, you could fit into that lifestyle too. You're the best of that world that they would create for you. You're somebody you could get, yeah, you could get to work, or you can sit still and still do the work. I don't know, but they got a whole lot that they like about you, but they ain't take a fucking step. The billboard, that this is completely empty. So they're not doing anything right now. Oh, you see what's sticking out at me? This Eight of Wands. Now what's before that? Oh, you're not happy with them right now. So the lights are off. They can't see you. They can't see you. They don't know if you're being honest. They don't know if you're still feeling them. They don't know what your truth is. They don't know how you see them, and they don't know if you love them. They don't even know if you're friends. So there's a lot that they don't see and that they don't know. But the good thing about this person, which makes them like an equal to you, is that I think they don't kind of care what your truth is because they know their truth. So they may make a move, but this is why they're being so stealthy. But I see the Eight of Wands, so it's like the energy is building up or something is speeding up, because it says they're starting to get into this energy of being a risk taker. Risk taker and impulsive are the two words that stood out at me on this card. It says, yeah, oh, feeling promiscuous and a love bomber. Ooh. So they must be feeling your energy. They're feeling your energy. I did say they're like kind of obsessed with you, sex appeal, and then there's all this other good stuff to you. So they're definitely like, they're on you're on their radar. Let's put it that way. I don't think this person is on your radar because there's nothing going on here. But if you're feeling them in your energy, that's why. The Eight of Wands, they want to take action. All right, let's get another one. What's going on for my singles? For my singles who are ready to mingle. That's probably why we got that reading, because I didn't specify that. What's going on with my singles who are ready to mingle?